Rolling, here we are, episode number 135 of the RC Pilots Lounge. What is going on, everybody? It's going to be a slightly different show. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yes, very good. Yeah, it's different. We got Air Marshal producing, so he's going to be in the show with me later. We're talking about the NX10. We got some surprises. We're going to change the tires on the Husky. Dave's already done that, so we're going to do that together. And we're going to talk about the NX10, all kinds of stuff. And we have a special man on the street at the event, E-Jets in Florida. So we're going to bring on Wesley, and he's going to walk us around the place and tell us about how that event has gone so far. Loud and proud. Let me get my computer plugged in. It looks like it's running on battery. Give me a minute. Okay. You got me then. Good deal. Man, it's so funny. Now, I don't hear anything from the headphones, but I got to have them. So we'll do a little roll call here in a minute. We'll bring on Air Marshal, and then I think we're going to get to it with Wesley here in a little bit. Jeff in Lower Alabama, Air Vexed, Randy, Ron for the Hills, Jet Tech Don Olson, Dan Gonzalez, Eric Tennant, Ken Sprouse, George Watts, John VH, John VHRC, Jeff in Lower Alabama, TNRC Pilot, Aaron Phillips, all right, David Snyder, Jet Tech Don, Tim Smith, P51D Fan, Aerospace Matt, Joe Pellegrino, David Snyder, Hunter Yoakum, Sean Gallagher, Pork Chop, that's a new one. Ron for the Hills, Mighty, Awesome Sauce, Boss 223, Andrew Fly Guy, good to see you, man. We're gonna have a good one tonight. Kevin Farros, Lionel Randall. Yeah, the title of this one is "Come On, Man." It's "Come On, Man," and hang out with us. We got some dorks hanging out in the wings right now, trying to mess me up. I can see what they're doing, but y'all can't see them. Pork Chop from Arkansas. Jeff Stone, new subscriber for the past 3 to 4 years. Will to Live, Just Fly It. Turn and Bank, come on, man. Very cool. Nice. Well, let's bring on Air Marshal. Terry Farmer. Wrightsa.
What is up?
I can hear you now.
Yes.
It's so funny. I got these headphones on, and before we started the show, like I was hearing everything through them. I guess it makes sense because it was just me this time. So what's going on, Air Marshal?
Not much. Not much. Been playing around with this new NX10. It's awesome. What's up, fellas?
Yeah, I like that NX10. I set up my Arrows F15 on it with the AR637T last night. All by myself. I didn't even have to call you, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, we were on the Zoom together. I was like, it was so busy, I didn't want to even have to need you. But it's like, dude, I'm loving these 637Ts. Let me just show you. Pick a card, any card. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I got a handful of them. I'm loving them. And then let's talk about this Husky a little bit because we are going to get into it later, guys. If you saw RC Air Marshal's video, he's unboxed that new Husky Special Edition as a sponsored project for you, wasn't it, Air Marshal?
It was sponsored by some guy named Pilot Ryan.
Nice. I'll tell you the story on that real quick, guys. So Air Marshal was trying to debate on what kind of high-wing plane he wanted to get. He was kind of leaning towards the Husky. I said, look, I'll send you one. I got the original one. He's like, cool. Well, I don't have the box for it or the special edition anymore, and packing them up without the box is crazy. So this dude was so all about the Husky, he already bought floats and the wheels to upgrade it. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm just going to let it roll. So I was like, dude, I'm going to just get you one. So we got Air Marshal. That's us. That's the community. That's all the support I get on this channel lets me do those kinds of things. We got Air Marshal Special Edition Husky, guys. And he's already done a mod with putting on the Dubro 4.5-inch inflatable wheels. And he even dialed it in, told me what washers I needed to make it work and fit and all that. So for the record, 5/32 washers are also known as number 6.
Oh,
You ever go shopping for stuff and you don't get what you're after? It's a funny number.
that's good to know.
Well, number 6. I had to look it up. Google 5/32. It's the same equivalent as the number 6. Anyway, so we're gonna do that tonight, and I'm super pumped about it. Check out Air Marshal for that. He's already done it on his show. When he unboxed it, I believe. But we're going to probably do it here tonight, talk about the NX10, and also talk about the event that we all wish we were at in Florida, where Wesley and Lightning McKinney were flying in Florida with some of our other people, right?
Yes.
So, sounds about right, doesn't it, Dave? That's kind of the way the show's probably going to go.
That's what you had talked to me about, but you never know with these things. It could get crazy.
You never know, man. We'll see what we can do. But I think we can do it. We got some stuff to show off a little bit. I got some new things from Ernst that you guys might be interested in. Just, low-key organizational kind of things, but we'll show that off. But I think what we're going to do now is let Wesley tell us about the Florida event, if you want to bring him in, and then I think he's going to go pee on one of Kenny's tires here in a minute.
Awesome. Well, without any further ado, let's bring Wesley up in here.
What's up, guys? Coming to you live from Florida E-Jets. We are in our trailer right now, winding down for the day. Glad to be here on the Pilot Ryan Media Show.
Very cool, man. Wesley hit me up like not too long before the show, and it was kind of like I was going to maybe give him a phone call and we just have him report. And I was like, you know what? We got Air Marshal producing tonight. This dude can handle it. I was like, Wesley, you got Skype on your phone? He's like, yeah. And I was like, get with Air Marshal. And Air Marshal goes, is Lori there? and Wesley's like, yes, he's got Lori and he's got Skype. I think everything's going to be all right.
We can make it work.
All right.
As long as we got Lori's tech support.
There's Lori.
Man, we're like up in your personal space right now.
Casa de Boozer right here, guys. This is how we sleep at events. We got our air conditioning. We got all our setup.
That's a Taj Mahal, man. Kenny was streaming the other day from a street corner out there. He was freezing to death.
Oh, we're going to go over there and we're going to mess with Kenny. It's going to happen here in a second, guys.
Lightning McKinney.
Just grab the poles on the side of his tent and start shaking.
Oh, it's going to happen. We got our big light so that you guys can see what's happening as we're messing with him. He's going to see us coming, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Totally going to mess
He's probably watching the stream right now, so it's not going to be a big surprise.
You know what? Make sure you don't walk in on him with a Victoria's Secret catalog or something.
Goodness.
He's going to be at his Kenny Tidy Whities.
Well, Kenny's got an OG Sears catalog from 1972 that he's looking at.
Hip huggers. Let's go.
But, guys, I will say Florida E-Jets has been absolutely fantastic. The weather was great today. We had lots of flying. I actually got my hands on a plane that I know Ryan's going to have a little bit of experience with. I got to fly the HSD ME-262 today. That was fantastic. Big airplane.
I want to talk about that with you in a minute. Circle back to that.
Yeah, definitely. Sean was great from HSD. Let us fly that. So super, super thankful for that. We'll have video coming on it soon. We've got our E-Flight F-18 back here. We flew the MiG a bunch today, the old MiG-21. Got to fly that with Jerry McGee. Always a pleasure when Jerry invites us out to get to fly with him. And, man, got my HSD Super Viper out again today. Haven't flown that in a while either, and flew the heck out of it. So we had a good time. 50 pilots showed up for this event, so it's turned into a pretty good size event.
Yeah, that's
now.
a good turnout.
That's great.
And like I said, Florida, this time of year, it was 70 degrees, just absolutely beautiful. Wind was about 5 miles an hour for most of the day. Right at the end, it went to 10, so nothing crazy.
So besides the videos that you'll have coming out in the future, where's the best place to like keep up with this event? Does that event have its own Facebook page group? What's going on?
They have a Facebook page just for Florida E-Jets. Go check it out, guys. There's pictures from the event. Jerry is really good about updating it. I'm going to try and put some more pictures on it today if I can tonight. You know, we are still coming from our trailer out here at the event. But, yeah, check it out. Florida E-Jets. It's Imperial RC Club here in Mulberry, Florida. Definitely check them out, guys.
Nice.
Next year, we're going to get old Pilot Ryan Media down here.
Make it happen. Have your people talk to my people.
Oh, we will. We will definitely make that.
Why wait till
right.
next year, Wes? Let's bring them down for the Mary Boozer event in November.
This is true, and we're talking about another event possibly. So we're not ready to announce it officially yet, but there's one possibly scheduled.
What are you guys calling it? The super spreader?
Yeah, possibly. We don't know about talking about it yet until it becomes a little more official.
Got it.
Good.
So go take a leak on Kenny's 10 or something.
All right, hang on a second. Hey, shoot a bottle of water, Lori.
Get a bottle of water.
Hang on here. We're getting outside. We're going to switch over to Boozer Live here, Blair Witch Project. Let me get the light kicked on, guys. Y'all see okay?
Oh, yeah, we got you.
All right, so here we are, beautiful Mulberry, Florida. About 5 mile an hour wind tonight. You know, everybody's kind of gone home for the evening, but we're going to go over here and raid Casa de Kenny. Uh-oh, I hear him out here talking on the phone. Is he going to catch us? He's out here in the Vista Cruiser, that 70 show style.
All he's missing is the wood panels.
All he's missing is the wood panels. This is Casa de Kenny, guys, if you were ever curious. He brings this gigantic tent, lets everybody store stuff in it. Give me a second. Let me get this out so we can pee on it like y'all requested. I'm just do it, Lauren. Do it. All better.
Oh,
so
my.
Kenny's around here somewhere. Is he inside? I don't think he is. Putting gas in the generator. Do you at least have clothes on?
He's got clothes on. That's good.
You know, guys, there's campers. I don't know if y'all can see it. There's RVs everywhere out here. You can camp out here. We're going to sneak up on him right here. I'm going to blind him with this giant collapsed star.
I need a little light here.
Lightning McKinney in the house.
Lightning McKinney is in the house. Kenny, what do you want to say to the Pilot Ryan Media Show?
Hello, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
You ever been curious how to put gas in a generator?
Yeah, I'm sure everybody doesn't know how to do that. It's very complicated.
Kenny has
Sit around here and talk to us for a minute. You can fill generators in a second.
He's got a 4-hour.
The tent.
Oh, okay.
What's he doing?
He's going to fire up the generator. We're going to go get in his tent and check it out. Casa de
Oh, we're
Kenny.
taking
All right.
we're taking a tour of the abode.
The abode. Here we go. This is the Vista Cruiser. You've seen it on that 70 show before, guys.
He put some nice mag wheels on it. Those are sporty.
He does have some sweet
Dude,
mag wheels. on
Hangar
this bad boy.
51, behind the scenes, MTV Cribs, camping edition. I
That's
love
right. He slept in this one night because it got so darn cold out here. But you guys would be like, cold? It was only 58.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear it.
He does have like the quietest gas generator ever. I don't know if y'all just heard him start it up.
Nice.
I am
It's one of them
impressed.
sweet inverter style. We got Big
Inverter.
Go Bobby
Right.
in the house.
We're about to get like the legit Kenny Hangar 51 rundown. I gotta tell you, I bought this new light, and man, this thing's like a collapsed star. It's fantastic out here. You don't even trip over all of Kenny's wires because he's got like 10,000.
It's like this is like the Kardashians, man.
I'm telling you what, Kenny does it up right. I mean, this is tenting on another scale right here. He's got his little awning.
It's like ET's up in there.
He's got his walker.
It's a total
because he's an old man.
It's a tunnel. He claims that this is an airplane stand, guys, but that's garbage. That is totally a walker.
That's his walker, dude.
All that thing is missing is the tennis balls on the bottom.
Hey, don't make fun of my plane.
The only thing about his walker is his arms actually like rest on this part. Casa de Kenny. There's radio equipment and cameras everywhere up in here.
Yep.
Dude,
he's got like 10 rooms on this tent. He rents out rooms for people to keep their jets in here.
Yeah, here's the jets.
Yeah, check this out. He's trying to figure out how to open the door. Look at this. This is just the jet room.
Has he got a cash drawer there? What's he selling?
Yeah. Hard times.
But isn't there another room behind that?
Yes. He's got more and more rooms. They just keep going. Where's the magic happen, Kenny? How do we get to that room?
Dude's like the Hugh Hefner of RC.
Kenny don't joke around out here. Honey Badger's out there.
Bilbo Baggins.
Honey Badger. Kenny's new name is the RC Honey Badger.
The RC Honey Badger, that's right. What do you guys think of this Chateau Boozer? Or not Chateau Boozer, this is Chateau Hangar 51.
That's nice, man.
Here.
That is nice.
Set the camera. You could put the phone in here and we could sit in chairs there.
We're just walking around a little, Kenny. I don't know if we're going to do a 3-hour show.
All right.
Kenny's a good sport.
But hey, what do you got to say to everybody? You got everybody watching right now.
How you doing, guys? Yeah, like I've never done this before. Oh, what do I say?
Piss on it.
It's all whacked out.
It's all whacked out. Oh no.
So we're going to be flying tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna take this mother back.
Yeah, that's a great light. Man,
look at all Kenny's got like every electronic under the moon on this table too.
Yeah, there's.
Is that a change dispenser?
Adapters.
Oh, it's a radio.
Did a lot of flying.
Yep.
Nice.
But anyway,
good times, man. You getting footage?
Let's see. Flip it back around. Kenny, you getting some footage? Let's get in here together.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it is. I'm gonna load it up now and see if it's any good.
Nice.
So,
and it's all jets. You know, I forgot to mention you the other day, Kenny, when I was talking about the HSD 182. Guys, got to check out Kenny's stuff at Hangar 51 as well, because he had one of the first ones making customer videos out of it. So check out Kenny's HSD 182 video as well. I thought about it the next day. I was like, son of a gun. I was talking about who I remembered doing those videos, and I forgot Kenny.
No, that's all right.
Must have been the lightning.
Must have been, yeah.
So guys, we're having a blast out here at Florida E-Jets. This has definitely become something we've done every year now. So if you can make it out, it's a fantastic event. It really is, guys. And Ryan needs to come down here next year. Him and Bobby K both.
Yeah.
I'm saying, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, Captain. That's right.
That's right.
So, man, let me ask you, because I was thinking about this. What's the odds of Jerry throwing an event that's just everything electric?
Here, let me see it, Lori. You can get in here with us. Let me set this down here.
We just talked about that tonight.
We were talking about that, the NJN fly-in. We're just trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think all you have to do is allow prop planes, and you're done.
Yeah, allow everything.
Yeah, everything's going to be allowed.
Because, man,
we get enough action on it, even turbines.
Yeah.
Well, that's getting crazy.
Well, that's how we like to roll around here.
We have the means.
I would almost think the turbines and the jet specific show makes sense being together. But whatever. Work it out, man.
We'll see. We're going to work it out.
Very good, man. What else you got?
Yeah, from the Camptons.
The captains.
The captains.
Oh, we got too many jokes tonight, guys.
One pun after another.
All night. Just wait. Here in a minute, we're gonna bust
kicking
out
the tires,
guitar
lighting
and start
fires.
singing.
But it's
Kumbaya.
sorry, like Amy's over here on the side. I'm like, we got Pilot Ryan and the Boozer and Mrs. Boozer and Kenny and me. We're all here. Come say hi.
Come on.
That's right.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
why not, Amy? Get in
Yeah,
here.
get
Come
in
on.
here. What the hell? It's a family affair.
I saw an arm.
That's all you get. That's all you get is just an arm tonight.
Right. Yeah. Ryan's got his hater blockers on.
What are they? Hater
It's getting
blockers?
too serious.
Yeah, I get tired of looking at myself.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
the
get tired
Pilot
of it too.
Ryan
What the
show.
heck?
Yeah, George kind of says keep the Bartles and James in the house. So what are you guys drinking, man? Diet Dr. Pepper? What's happening? Talk to us.
Well, I've got.
You got whiskey, don't you?
Well, I wasn't gonna just come out and say it, but yeah, right from the bottle, bro. That's how you go. And we went to the Mexican restaurant tonight. We had us.
Oh man, was that good?
Oh,
Holy
we went
crap.
there was a Mexican restaurant right here by the event, and everybody piled in the cars, and we went over and ate Mexican tonight. It was delicious. We had some margaritas, some enchiladas.
You had some margaritas.
I drank all the margaritas for everybody.
Nice.
I mean,
What'd Kenny have?
Kenny had chocolate cake.
It was chocolate brownie.
Chocolate brownie.
Yeah, with ice cream and And
For dinner?
I was drinking Diet Coke. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
It seemed like it was good. There wasn't any left. He inhaled.
Yeah, some Diet Coke and a big plate of diabetes.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was a big plate of polo chicken. Man, was that good?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Dennis-
the night before we had, there's like a homemade pizza place.
Yeah, Italian place. Really
right
nice.
down the road, too, from everybody.
Right next door to the Mexican
Gosh,
place.
we must have had 20 guys there the other night.
Yeah,
It was
at
great.
least 20 guys. Yeah.
Dennis Farley says, what the hell, man? All you gave us was McDonald's when we were there.
Yeah, McDonald's and chili dogs, man. What the hell?
Hot dog water.
That's because I was feeding all of y'all instead of just me.
And Dennis's kids eat too much.
That's right. Hell, I made him steaks one night. I had to kill half a cow to feed him.
You're funny.
We love you, Dennis.
Call him the shark killer. Y'all need to call him the cow killer.
Dude, I'm telling you, barehanded with a pocket knife.
I mean to tell you, you're not kidding about the pocket knife thing.
It's real, dude.
It is.
Like wild boars. For fun.
I'm going to have to
Dude,
give Kenny this phone in a second. My arm's about to fall off.
He's
Hold
like
on.
Crocodile Dundee.
Here, I'll hold it. Here. We're trading.
Texas.
Kenny's going to hold. I'm
I'll-
free to double fist.
So, man, talk to me about, like, HSD had Sean Gallagher and Andy was there too, right?
Yeah.
Andy wasn't, or no, Andy from AMA, Andy Griffith was here, not Andy like HSD Andy.
Not Andy Davis. That's right. I saw Andy Griffith in some of the pictures from the coverage. He has just done a review on the HSD 262 for Model Aviation Magazine that, if it's not out now, will be coming out soon. He's a good dude, man.
Right. So Andy is the one that let me fly his 262.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Sean's was out of commission due to some technical difficulties. We'll put it that way.
He didn't crash it.
He didn't crash it, but he tried to blow his hand off when he was plugging it in.
Oh, yikes.
But,
So how was the setup, man? How was Mr. Griffith setting up his 262? Was he
He
going
has,
off?
like, the craziest radio you've ever seen in your life. Some jumper I don't even know what it was called.
Oh, okay. So he's got
some
the
really
Radio
fancy
Master.
Radio Master. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is what it was called. It's in the review that I did of it. I can't remember the name of it. I'd never heard about it from today, but his radio's like wrapped in Alcantara from like a Lamborghini. This is the fanciest thing I've ever touched in my life, and I'm out here flying it. And
Wow.
the airplane is just smooth as silk. It's humongous. Twin 90s. It's everything you could want. Ooh, I almost threw the light on the floor. It's everything you could want out of a big 90 millimeter twin jet. You know, I mean, it's awesome. Man. Have you cracked into your jet?
It's together, but we haven't flown it. We put it together on a stream the other night. Bobby put it together.
Right.
So what batteries, what was the setup?
We were flying two 5500s in parallel.
Nice.
Got about 3.5 minute flight. About half throttle conservatively.
Whoo-wee, Sean. That'll wake you up, man.
Oh, man, it was great. Yeah.
Nice. So, like, for rates, do you know if he was on his own rates or was he flying?
100% throw all the way around the airplane.
Okay. Because I always, Andy always tells me what he's doing, so I usually start with that. But
right.
I know Bobby has jacked the rates a little bit more responsive after I've set one up, and then
that's kind of what Andy said too. Like, he handed it to me, and I like moved the controls like normal. I was like, dude, these are some huge control throws. He's like, no, you want it. I was like, all right, well, I mean, it's your airplane, you know what you're talking about. I was like, I'll do it. And sure enough, I left it in high rate the whole flight.
It's funny how that works, but yeah, man, it's nice when somebody's gone ahead of you. It's kind of cool.
Right. No, it was fantastic flyer, man. You're gonna absolutely love it. Make sure you calibrate the ESCs. My first flight with it, the ESCs weren't calibrated, so it was pulling to the left really hard.
Oh.
Learned that one. Came down.
So, man, was that the first flights for that jet then?
It was one of the first flights for it, yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
But just a heads up on yours. Definitely make sure you calibrate the ESC. This goes for everybody if you get one. Calibrate your ESCs so they're in sync. Perfect.
I actually did I was talking to Ken today about calibrating ESCs on the F-14, which I would apply to my technique for B-24s and anything twin engine.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem, think about this, depending on the setup, it could be one of those things where there's a battery for each, ESC and motor. Right. So then how do you sync them up? That's a nightmare. You got to either do one at a time, which to me seems to defeat the purpose of calibrating them. It's like, okay, you'll still tell each one its endpoints, but don't you want to tell them both the same thing is the way my mind works.
Well, see, and on the 262, it's a parallel airplane, so you only have to plug one battery in.
Perfect.
And you hit both ESCs.
Perfect. But our buddy, I'll finish at this point. With the F-14, and no, that's cool. That's even easier then. But he was talking about the F-14, which again I think applies to any twin engine setup where it's one battery for each side. And I remember I had a hell of a time with the B-24 a long time ago when I was working at MRC, and the manuals were actually the wrong manuals for the ESCs, and I just was having a heck of a time. Come to find out, it was the wrong manual, and we discovered what the proper manual was through like RC groups, and then we changed it, had them change it on the website. But anyway, long story short, 4 engines that are not just running on left and right, but inboard and outboard. So one battery fed 2 engines, but they were not on the same side of each other. Totally unique setup on the B-24.
Right.
Even beyond like a regular 2 engines situation. So my trick was to unplug the throttle lead from the receiver because it's going into just one. Right? At that point, you've wide in, you're just one connection for the throttle to the receiver. So undo that, plug in the flight batteries, plug in the lead to the receiver. Then when you're trying to make sense of these beeps for throttle calibration, they're both at least doing it at the same time.
No, that makes complete sense. I actually need to do that to my B24 now that you said that.
Is that what you ended up having to do?
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Actually, there's a video of it still on the motion stuff. So if you go to the B20, the guy was asking me about it today. So I know I made a video about this. So I went trying to find it. And I actually was looking at the A10. And I was like, nah, I didn't do one for that. It must have been the B24. So there it was. Lo and behold, if you go to the website, B24, drop down for videos, you can find that old Motion RC video I did on that B24 throttle calibration. Pretty helpful.
We're playing.
Yeah, man. I'm glad the 262 is super easy to do.
Dude, it's fantastic. You're gonna absolutely love it.
We're so pumped, but it's like been snowing like pretty steady for it feels like a couple weeks. There's been snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's been snowing pretty hard here in Florida too.
Yeah, we're getting hit again today.
Yeah,
it's snowing in Florida. What'd you do? Go to the nightclub with Kenny, the swinger joint?
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, Kenny, what do you think about that NX10, dude?
What do you think? NX10 is what he's asking.
I don't know a thing about it.
No, that's right. Kenny's the
that's Greek to me.
He's the Fry Sky guy, not the.
I know. That's why I asked him.
That's why he said
that.
Okay.
Is this a short joke?
Yeah, that's it.
So, man, is there anything? Let's see some more of the tent, Kenny.
What do you want to see?
Let's see. Here, let me see if I can turn the camera. Does this work? Can I hit the button? Did it turn for you guys?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. All right, I got my camera crew, Kenny. So how do we go see where the magic happens?
So this is it. This is where the magic happens.
Well, where do you sleep?
Normally I sleep right here. I didn't put the button
on the airplane stand.
It's
like I said, he puts that under his arms.
It just holds him up.
Yeah, it's a plane stand that one of the guys at our field that fly at made this for me, and I'll be honest with you guys, it works fantastic. So, it's an old Walker. He got it Salvation Army for $1, I think, and he mounted these metal bars on it with foam on them, and it works fantastic. It folds up, put it in your car.
Nice. And when you fall down, you're good to go.
That's right.
If you fall down,
you can go walk around with it.
If you break your leg, you're tripping over somebody's airplane like somebody did today, you can you're good to go.
Let's see. I guess, do you want to walk around for a minute? You want to see anything outside? I mean, it's dark, but we got this collapsed star of a light.
Yeah, man. Whatever you think you can show. I mean,
let's see.
Go.
Let's take a peek out here.
Did you go to the pavilion and show them?
How do I get outside, Kenny?
Right there.
He's got me locked in.
Dude, the tent is so big, dude's lost in it.
I don't know how to work this. Here, wait. Here's Kenny's quadricopter. It looks like a big naked man flying around. The Blair Witch copter.
Is that how it flies?
Yeah. It's the Blair Witch helicopter. But yeah, I mean, guys, like I said, it's Florida. The good news is we're right after winter. Let's see if we can give you we're going to give you a little walk through the tent area, I guess. We'll let you guys go pretty soon. I mean, unless y'all want us here. But, I mean, Florida E-Jets has a beautiful, beautiful field. I mean, we're at night. There's no bugs right now because we're wintertime. But, they have power out here for us.
Nice.
I mean, it really is a top-notch field. Charging stations out here for guys that come. I don't know how many of you guys know what that is.
I know what that is.
Frequency board.
Yep.
You don't see those too often anymore. But yeah, charging stations. They got all these tables and seating out here for people. They have a spectator area. Yeah, like I said, most of the guys have left for the evening. This place was full of RC trailers.
So where's the autograph signing happen? Where's that at?
Well, me and Sean were set up down here, and then we had RC Informer over on this end. And then the autograph station kind of happens here, assembly and maintenance only on this, but also you can do lots of autographs here. So we
Nice.
probably set Pilot Ryan right in here, and he could just stay here all day signing mug shots,
Come on.
headshots. You know, real quick thing too, if you haven't seen this is really cool. Stand back a little bit, Lori, because I don't want to blow it out. But this is, if you're a member here at the club. Oh, look, there goes Kenny. He's flying.
No way.
Is that the Blair Witch
He just
Project?
threw it up for us. Let's see. Kenny, don't hit me in the head. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna walk out here. There you go. You're getting some live flying right now.
There we go.
So that board I was just showing, though, if you're a member of this club, you can log your flights. I'm gonna stand still so I'm not shaking all over the place, but you can log your flights out here. And if you do 100 flights a year over Florida, you get a patch from them.
Nice.
There he goes. The Blair Witch is flying around.
Dennis Farley. Come on, man. That's why that's the name of tonight's show. Come on, man. Because I have a
how
feeling.
to zoom in or anything on it, but can y'all see that actually?
Yes.
I can see it.
He's ripping it around.
We keep getting closer and closer to disclosure every day.
Let's see. Where's Kenny standing right now? I'm going to go stand by him. Because then he can bring it up near us where we can actually see it. Hang on. Blair Witch style.
You got to put the light right under your chin and shine it up on your face while you're walking. You got to be looking at
All right,
you.
Kenny, bring it in here to us so they can see it.
He ain't got it.
Yeah, buddy, look at that, huh?
Whoa. Check it out.
Dude, he rips it around out here, too.
Nice.
This is not an E-jet.
Well, you know, everybody's in bed, so we can fly whatever the heck we want at night.
That's nice.
The Blair Witch Kenny.
Did he just catch
Yes.
Shut up.
It's bright.
It is very bright. You can easily see just from that. Laura, you can turn the other light off. We can just see this.
There you go.
Don't kill me, Kenny.
Oh, no problem.
The Blair Witch is up again.
Huh. Why, Kenny, why'd you decide to make it look
What?
like that?
Got the barking spiders out.
Barking spiders are out in force tonight, too.
Oh,
Here,
yikes.
I'm walking up here beside Kenny. He said, why did you decide to make it in the shape you made it?
So you never lose orientation while you're flying it, especially at night.
Yeah, I guess so, because you got that straight bar across the front and then the V in the back.
Right. Exactly.
Nice.
You know, we're cell phone style right now, but
Yeah. Well, man, flying glow stick. That's awesome.
it's pretty much a flying glow stick. He just about flew through the pilot station.
Yikes.
It's okay. There's no other pilots out here. Who's watching, right?
Roach Coach, it's got 4 engines on it.
Yeah, he usually, last event, he had his giant Flex Innovations RV8 out here, and that thing was sweet at night, too.
That is pretty cool at night.
Yeah, Kenny, you got to go and find the front end of my V900.
That bitch is gone.
Yeah, I don't know. If
It's alligator
all
food.
this wind is finally out of the tree.
But yeah, look at that crazy contraption Kenny's flying out here, guys.
Crazy.
It looks pretty cool, though, at night, huh?
It's very green.
Yeah.
Why you mad, bro?
Yeah, why are you mad, bro?
Why am I mad? I'm not mad.
Blair Witch Kenny.
It's green like the Hulk, man.
That's right. It lights him up good.
Yeah, it lights everything up good.
Yeah, he buzzes this thing around the whole time. In the
Nice.
evening, you got to watch out. You'll get a haircut.
I think it needs like a hula skirt kind of scaled out on it, Kenny. And then you can do TikToks with it.
There you go. Come on, Kenny. Fly it through the tent.
Yeah, right.
He'll shred it.
I'm trying to make it where y'all don't hear lots of wind noise right now, so hopefully I'm covering it good.
Yeah.
It's pretty windy out.
He can do tent talks.
It's not super windy, but yeah, it's like 5 miles an hour. Don't want it to sound bad for you. Yeah. There you go. You got some live flying on the Pilot Ryan Media.
How about that? How about
usually,
that? Pretty cool,
usually
man.
the live flying only happens on
UMX Day.
well,
What is it? Vapor.
yeah, the vapor action.
Yeah, the Vapor Day in the garage.
You know, the Vapor videos are doing so good. I'm going to do probably 2 or 3 more of them.
Dude, the Vapors are fun. I've had every iteration of it up till now.
It's super fun. I put 2 videos out on that UMX. That thing was so fun.
And they're so cheap, you know, for the surprising amount of fun that you get out of them.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never really would think. I mean, honestly, if you are going to fly inside or want to in a small space, that's like your best choice.
Right.
For a propeller, anything that's not a quad.
Yeah, I mean, they have like little micro helis and micro quads that are fun, you know, but if you want fixed wing, the Vapor's the only way to go for indoor flying.
That's
like
right.
in a house.
So, hey, man, we're going to say goodbye to our friends in Florida. Wesley, is it still going on tomorrow as well?
Yes. Event is going on tomorrow. Hang on a second. We're going to get this thing landed.
All right, man. Plug me tomorrow. Talk about the Facebook group again, and then plug you and Kenny's channels.
That's right. So, guys, if you're in the Mulberry, Central Florida area, come out here, hang out with me and Kenny. We're going to be having a good time here at Florida E-Jet Fest International. If you're curious about the event, you can always hit it up on Facebook. You can also look up IRCC Flying Field in Mulberry, Florida, if you're looking for directions to get to the field. As always, check out me at Mary Boozer RC or Hangar 51. Kenny right here. As always, your buddy Pilot Ryan Media and Dave Air Marshal letting us come on and hang out tonight. We got Lori doing dances in front of us, which I wish you could see. I mean, it's really nice.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, y'all be missing out.
It's a new style.
That's right. She's got our big ass light.
It's lit. It's lit AF.
That is right. But guys, it's been an absolutely wonderful weekend. Like I said, 50 pilots in the age that we're in is a great turnout for an event.
Yeah.
And it gets bigger and bigger every year. First year I came out here, I think they had 20. So it's growing every year exponentially. And
awesome.
We're looking forward to it. Home of the Mary Boozer Flying here at the same field. So come out and fly with us. That'll be just, what is it, October? November. November's when we do the Mary Boozer Flying. There we go. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for having us out, Ryan. We really appreciate getting to come on the show for a little bit.
I'll be in the chat in just a little bit.
That's right.
Awesome, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for doing it.
Guys, thank y'all so much for having us. We're going to let y'all go.
Totally cool, man. Thanks for doing it. See you guys.
Bye.
How about that? How about that, man? That was pretty cool. Air Marshal, hey, you guys need to give like a huge round of applause in the chat for Air Marshal for pulling that off on like the fly. Like legit 10 minutes before showtime. I'm like, hey, man, can we get Wesley in from the show? Like, how cool was that, guys? Blow it up in the chat for Air Marshal.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I had to boot Boozer off of the Skype call, or he was gonna start doing dirty things.
Man, look at that. I'm glad you guys liked it. I thought that was super cool to be able to do that, and thank you, Air Marshal, for making it happen.
Oh yeah.
Very cool, man. Look at all the love.
Thanks, guys.
Sick. What's up, Pops?
I don't know what those things. Oh, those are squids. I was like, what the heck are those?
I know. It looked like it was anatomical.
It did
almost.
look a little funky.
Thanks, Jordan. Man, look at all the love. Ethan, Joe Pellegrino. Hey, Ethan, how's Flaps? What's up with him? Didn't you say you guys were saving up to buy a radio or something? Brian Chambers, thank you for that.
Who's saving up for a radio?
I thought Flaps was. Ethan, talk to me real quick. What's he trying to get?
He's trying to get him one of these.
NX10. Those are sick, dude. I'm loving mine, dude. You know what? As soon as I got it, I unboxed it and I played with just holding it. But I didn't set up any planes. I just, checked it
Yeah.
out. And then I grabbed my NX6 and I was like, I wonder if I can feel any difference. And I was like, yeah, again, I didn't even turn it on. I didn't do anything. I was just like, yeah, I mean basically the same body. There's a few differences, but when I programmed through my F-15 last night, though, everything was cool about it to a next level degree.
Right.
The roller wheel felt better. The buttons felt better. The sticks feel better with the Hall effect gimbals. It's hard to tell unless you're paying attention, but they felt better. And then those sliders and everything, you calibrate the sticks. I mean, it just prompts you right along. I'm a guy who's not really wild about tech, so I'm like super glad it's easy. And I set up an AR-637T in the Arrows F-15 with one position is safe, so I can show you guys what it's like. One position is AS3X, and the other position is nothing. And I'm so tickled that I was able to do it without calling Air Marshal. But usually I call Air Marshal, and you guys should too. If you don't know RC Air Marshal and you're flying Spectrum, you want this dude on speed dial. And the best way to do it is to subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's producing for me tonight. He's produced for me a lot in the past, and he's a good friend. And I don't hold it against him that he's a squid because I was too. Talk about that NX10, Dave.
Yes.
You really know it.
So I got this thing yesterday. And you guys know, I mean, some people think that I like only use Spectrum and that's it, which isn't 100% true. I have other radios too, but here's the deal, right? Like I do have a lot of Spectrum radios. I've got the NX10. This is brand new. Most people just saw it in their hands for the first time either Thursday or Friday. In the UK, they got them last week. But here in the US, we just got these in our hands, and I have to say it feels great. And what's awesome about it, Ryan, is if you're familiar with how to do things inside like the older DX series. So this is an older DX6. I mean, it's not that old. It's a DX6 Gen 3, and you know this is Captain Photon's new radio. So congratulations, Captain
Nice.
Photon. You're getting the Stormtrooper out NX6 and it's or DX6 and it's awesome. This was, my first radio, so you get it now. And
Nice.
what's great though is it feels instantly familiar. Um, and that's what we
Yeah.
had talked about that before the show. Like if you like the way like the DX series feels in your hands, the
Yeah.
ergonomics, the switch positions, the way that the gimbals, the positions where they lie under your thumbs without having to change the orientation of anything. The NX feels just like that. But in some ways, like they've changed the position of a couple of things just slightly where it's easier to get to them.
Yeah.
You
Feels
know,
so nice.
like the switches on the back are down. I mean, it's not much. It's only like a couple of millimeters that they're lowered compared to where they sit on like the old ones. So I mean, you probably can't see that here, but there's like a little step down where
Yeah.
that bottom switch is, or that switch on the back. And on the NX series, they're just a little bit lower, so it's easier to get to it while you're flying. You're not like hitting the the ledge back there. So, especially for guys that are like thumb flyers, I mean, you can get to everything nice and easy. And the trim switches up here, they've been kind of, instead of being straight up and down, they're kind of canted, at a little bit of an angle. So you can
Yeah.
go from here up here and it doesn't feel weird, you know?
It's more ergonomic.
Right.
Yeah. Very nice.
So, I mean, everything about it, the antenna, the folding antenna, it doesn't seem like much, but if you throw this thing in a bag or something, I mean, that antenna's not going to break off anymore. Now you can fold it up. You can actually, if you fly like this all the time and your antenna is like pointing at your plane, you're actually going to get better reception if you fold it up and have it like that, you know,
Yep.
and have it where you're on more of a flat plane. So there's a lot of really cool things that they did with this, and all of the menu navigation is so close to what the DX6 was like, or the DX series, really in general, that it all just feels right. It feels like,
Yeah. I agree totally. Like I got the NX6 a while ago,
yeah,
and have been using it on all of the new stuff since then. And I have a DX9, um, and I mean, the DX9 was, I would have had it forever.
it's a solid radio. It's
It's a solid radio, but coming from the DXs, DX9, and then NX6 and NX10, there is nothing that's been unfamiliar about moving in betwixt them all.
right.
I mean, I use my 9 channel on the Gripen. I use my NX6 on everything else. I just set up an NX10 last night, and it really just keeps feeling better, but it's so easy to use. And I've watched a couple videos where Horizon put out, yeah, click that blue arrow. Thanks, Dave. So it's always
Oh
refreshing.
no, I was
Yeah.
going back because Guniak had asked a question, which we'll get to
Oh,
here
okay.
in just a
Sorry.
second.
Yeah, I forget. What was I saying?
I don't know, man. I didn't mean to break your. I totally derailed the thought train there.
It was the radios. I mean, yeah, I don't remember what specifically I was getting at anymore at this point. But between them all, uh, oh, I know. I'm watching videos where the guy's using an IX12 on some of the Horizon channel
Hmm.
to show you how to do things, and those menus look different, even though they're also still very similar. They say the same things. There's something that's just comfortable about those menus looking the same way.
Right, right, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, I have the IX12 too, and here's the NX10 and the IX12, side by side, brothers in arms, whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, what's nice, yeah, the IX12, there was a learning curve there because it's not the same. The names are familiar, so as you're hunting through the menu systems, you'll see things that look like what you would see on an old DX radio or even the new NX series. You're going to see things that look like what you're used to seeing, but the way
Yeah,
you interface with them with the touchscreen, they're not in the same places. I mean, there was a learning curve. It's not a steep learning curve. I mean, if you're familiar with Spectrum, you can figure it out pretty quick. And if you see
yeah.
somebody set something up on an IX12 or an IX20 for that matter, it's easy to kind of translate that to how you would do it on an
It
NX.
it definitely is. And I noticed that. I was watching a video. We were on the Zoom last night, and I was watching one of the Spectrum
Hmm.
videos, so I didn't have to ask you uh, about. And the guy was using the IX12 or 20,
Right.
and so yes, you can recognize the screens, and the wordage is similar, and you can get along if you're used to one and moving to the other. But I'm not. I've been on DXs and NXs, and they're just all really seem to share the
It,
same look,
it's that
and
DNA,
it's more
uh,
comfortable. Yep,
that that
just a little
that
bit.
DX series DNA made its way into the NX. So even though it's a much more powerful radio, uh, just from a processing perspective, what it can do more, right? It's got built-in Wi-Fi now. So the first thing that I did when I took it out of the box, I connected it to my Wi-Fi at my house, I logged into my Spectrum account all through the interface of the radio. Now it's a little tedious because it's got the scroll wheel, so you got to like enter everything with the scroll wheel, um,
Yeah.
and move it around. But if you're familiar with Spectrum, I mean, you can get your way through there. It's the same way that you would use to like name a plane. If you name your plane
Yeah.
something other than like Acro 1, Acro 2, Acro 3. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you know how to get through that like text entry system of moving the scroll wheel around, it's pretty familiar. You can get through there. I logged into my Spectrum account. I was able to register the radio right from the radio. I never had to log into a website. I was able to update the radio right from the radio. I never had to log into a website. So there was an update available. I was able to apply that update, no problem. Um, there's a lot of cool stuff that these NX series can do that the DX series can't, right? And one of the big ones for me, I mean, you know that on the first Monday of the month, I would host my real flight fly-in, right? So with the USB cable, it used to be that if you wanted to use one of your transmitters, you had to get a like a WS1000 or a WS2000, one of the little wireless dongles, like we have here. It's fun how I have everything just kind of queued up. No, it's just
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
all the time, guys. I'm that geeky. It's always on my desk. So, this is one of the WS2000 dongles, and you can plug that in and you can bind it to, to your transmitter. This is just a receiver in here, like one of the little SRXL receivers. You plug it in, you hit the bind button on the top, it starts flashing just like a receiver. You bind your radio to the dongle, and you can use your transmitter. Well, these are set up now where you can take the USB cable and plug it directly into the computer without needing to use that. And I know you're some people are going to like the wireless a little better, um,
Yeah.
but you don't have to mess around with all that. It attaches directly to USB on a Windows machine, sets it up as a Windows controller, and it can use every button, every switch, all of your knobs, your sliders, all your channels work. Um, where with the dongle, it can only do 8 channels, so you couldn't do everything.
Okay.
And this lets you use every function of the radio, which is really nice. Um, I dig it, man. This is one of those things that for me, this is as exciting to me as an airplane is to everybody else, right? So they get the
You've been pumped about this for a long time.
yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
these are generational shifts in the way that we're going to interface with our airplanes for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're holding it right now today, and it's awesome. Which seems like some really silly stuff, but this is the stuff that gets me pumped up about the hobby. And there's everybody's got the thing that they love, and for me, it's the tech. I
Hey,
Yeah,
Dave,
what's up?
Barry Campbell's question. Me and you are going to answer on three. Do you see his question? So between the NX and IX, which one do you recommend? One, two, three.
The NX.
NX.
Yeah, and I know that's crazy. I
It,
mean, I have an IX sitting here. Why would I say the NX? It's it's familiar. It's easy.
that's why it wins for me too. Like I mean, dude, you called it out. I've heard people talk this way. The IX maybe is intimidating to some of us, and maybe it's because of the plethora of things it can do above what most of us are ever used to
Yeah.
thinking about needing. But the NX10,
I,
uh, it does all I need it to.
right. And don't get me wrong, guys. I love my IX12. I really do. But which one would I recommend to the masses? The NX10. This is not a radio for the masses. This is a radio for people that are not afraid of jumping into the very deep rabbit hole of, having an Android user interface and kind of completely changing the way that you interface with your airplane. Some people love it, a lot of people don't. So they never even went down this route, and they were very upset with the idea of the IX12 and the IX20, and they still wanted their DX18s and their DX20s. And I hope that they do a higher channel NX radio and don't limit it to just the I. I think the IX is great for the people that really want to dig deep, and be super geeks. But I think that there's a market for higher channel count NX series as well.
So I'm just picking up on a Ray's comment a little bit. Is the file transfer from a DX to an NX easier to achieve than from a DX to an IX or from an IX to an NX? Is there a difference with the way you can, like export and import models?
Um, Yes, yes, and no. So, Ray, I remember the other question that you had asked, so I'm glad that you asked another one because it makes me, it brings me back to what you had asked before, which is, can you load DX series models into the NX10? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, the NX series is compatible with both IX models and DX models. So if you've got
Nice.
models that you set up in an IX12 or an IX20, those can be imported into the NX series radios. And, any model that you created in the DX series can be imported into the NX radios. Now, here's what's nice.
Awesome.
Remember what I was saying about the USB cord, allowing you to connect the NX series. So the NX10, NX8, NX6 can all do this. Being able to connect the NX series to your computer via the USB cable and using it as a joystick, right? Using it as a game
Yes.
controller. Well, that same connection, you can choose between it being a game controller or seeing it as an external drive. So all of the NX series radios have a the ability to see the internal storage by just plugging in a USB cable to the back of the radio and plugging the radio into USB port. Uh,
Wow. So you can export files without SD cards.
exactly, exactly. You don't need SD cards anymore. Now, you will need an SD
Nice.
card to pull the files off of your DX series. So you pull them off of the SD
Right,
card,
right.
or you plug that SD card into your computer. You plug the NX series radio, and you can just drag them straight from the SD card of one radio into the memory of your NX series, which is pretty slick.
Let me ask you this, because so does the NX. Is there a card slot on the NX?
Yeah, it's a micro.
So you could just you okay. It's a micro where the other one is
The
the
full
big.
size SDs.
That's right. So there's some tomfoolery there. It's not like you can just take unless you use the adapter, the little micro card and
Yeah,
the adapter to take the models off your DX. Then you can go micro in your new dog.
right, right.
If you can't work it out through a computer, if you don't have Windows, is what it sounds like to me. Is that right? Or if you have Apple, are you still okay?
It might work. Being able to see the SD, or like the being able to see the internal storage might work with Apple, but you won't be
But
able to.
transferring files
Even
will be
even
hard.
transferring the files around might work because it's still like a universal. Um, it's still a universal format, right? It's set up like a FAT32 um, format, which
Okay, yeah,
that's a
yeah.
little geeky stuff there. So it can be seen by Apple, Linux, um, all of the major operating systems can interface with that internal storage, I think. I'll have to try it and see. Um,
Sea Mafia, yeah, you could do it at the field as long as you have the right size cards to make it happen. Hey, Dave, I want you to field this question from Michael Bear. Beside number of channels, is there much difference between NX6 and NX10. What besides the channels, what would you say are the standout differences?
So Hall effect gimbals is huge. Um, so the NX6 and the NX8 both have standard potentiometer style gimbals, meaning that there is a moving, electronic device. It's a electromechanical, um, potentiometer
Uh-oh.
that over time is going to fail. Um, the Hall effect sensors on Hall effect gimbals is a magnetic style. So it's a magnetic resonance. It can sense where the magnet is inside of the 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 space of that its Hall effect. So it it has no moving parts. Or there's moving parts. The mechanical portion of the gimbal is there, but what sends that digital signal is 100% digital, right? It's just a floating magnet in there. There's no mechanical interface there. So the life cycle of those gimbals is going to be much better over time, and you're going to get a more accurate readout. The likeliness of a Hall effect sensor going out of calibration is a lot less. The other thing that you've got on the NX series, on the NX10, um, over the NX6, you've got your adjustment knob right up here in the right shoulder of your transmitter. So you've got that adjustment knob. On the back, you've got two sliders that you can assign,
Yep.
to channels or mixes. You can use that for flaps or whatever. You don't have those on the 6. In the battery compartment, the DX6 comes with a single cell, 200 milliamp hour battery. The NX10 comes with a 3 cell. It's still a 1S pack, but it's 3 um, lithium ion cells in parallel. And it's a 6,000 milliamp hour pack. So you've got 3 times more battery life. Um, you've got those sliders. You've got the knob up top. You've got a better variety of switches. You've got 2 extra trimmers, um, and you also
Yep.
have um, what else? 4 more channels. You said I know. Aside from the number of channels, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. In addition to the 4 more channels, which traditionally, without anything extra, have usually cost about an extra $50 per channel when you're stepping up from one radio to another in the Spectrum lineup. Um,
I gotta say, I'm sitting with the NX6 right now.
yep,
Um, I One of the things that stood out to me on the NX10 was how stinking good it felt in the hand. I don't think it weighs that much more, but the wheel, the scroll wheel, felt so much better than the other ones
really.
do to me.
Uh,
Yeah, and I've had, you know what, I've picked up Mike's DX9 and the wheel felt like you could spin it and it'd keep going. And then mine, ratcheted real nice. So,
yeah,
who knows? That could be a one off. But man, I really did enjoy the feel of this thing. And particularly the scroll wheel on mine, I just think is the best one I've got on any of them so far. And I feel like I should know because all I did was I did a lot of scrolling setting that up.
yep,
I like it. If you don't need a more than 6, there's easy choices for you.
right.
And if you got a DX radio that works fine for you, no one's trying to talk you out of it. But we are pumped about getting to play with these new
Right.
ones. They feel pretty
And
good.
and my understanding, right, and I have no idea how true this is. These, even though there was a DX6 Gen 3, right? It was never a Gen 3 channel processor. The first radio that Spectrum released with a Gen 3 channel processor, which has a more robust signal filtering and things like that, um, It's super geeky stuff, super technical. We're not going to get into it, but the IX12 has a Gen 2 channel processor, just like all of the DX series radios produced before it. Um, so like all your DX Gen 2 radios, your DX8 Gen 2, DX9, DX6. I think there was a DX7 that fell under the Gen 2, maybe. But
Yeah.
the point being, yeah, DX18, DX20 were all Gen 2 channel processors. The IX20 was the first DX or Gen 3 channel processor. All three of the NX series radios have a Gen 3 channel processor. So
Okay.
so it should be a more robust signal. You're not going to get as much frame loss. You're not going to get as much, as many holds. Your ability to lose signal should be reduced. Now, I know there's always going to be people out there that are going to have issues with the radios, and the only people that we're going to see in the forums are the people that have problems. And because there's 10 times more people that use Spectrum than use any other brand of radio on the market, we're going to see 10 times more problems out of these NX series radios than we do any of the other ones. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they're going to be more reliable. They've got a better channel processor in them, and they're good stuff.
Eric Hill mentions that the NX10 also has a powered serial port. So that could be a difference.
So the power.
I want someone to tell me what that is.
So the powered serial port on the back, you'll see this little square port right here. Now
Yes.
that little square port you're going to see on the NX6 as well. And you've also got it. The IX12 was the first one to have that square port, and you can see it on the back of the IX12 here, right? So that serial port is where you would plug in things like
Buddy box.
Yeah. So if you were doing like a wired buddy box, you would plug it in there, and when you plug in something like the like Crossfire modules. So for people that want to use their Spectrum radios with things that are using Crossfire, which is a separate, basically a separate transmitter module altogether. But if you want to use Crossfire with your NX, you can power the Crossfire module straight from the serial port, which is nice.
Nice. Brad loves his DX9 and his DX18. Both work flawlessly. Yeah. I would be rolling with my DX9 still if I wasn't fortunate enough to have the NX6 stuff sitting here. By all means, if what you have was working for you, that's great. But I think there's so many guys that are in that spot where they've got to make that next move.
Right.
And if you're a guy who's in on 6 channels and you've got choices to make, I think it's great to have guys like Dave on here talking about what exactly are the stinking differences, so you can make your mind up. Dave, you've got links in the description to the NX10, I believe, don't you?
Yeah, so
and to the AR637Ts.
Yep. So in the description of the live stream right now, at the top of the description, you should see some links to the NX10 as well as the AR637T, both of which are freaking fantastic.
And those are Dave's links on that stuff, and the rest of it's my kind of regular deal. Yeah, man, I mean, if he's your go-to for info on this stuff, man, go through. You got a .com now too.
I do. Yep.
So just like I do, it's a great place to. It's a real easy way for people who want to support us to not have to go back and find a video and find a link in the description and then click through. I think I speak for both of us. We're so appreciative of the support. We want to make it as easy as possible. Having a website like that is a real easy way to just bookmark your buddies. I mean, I know there's guys that have a handful of bookmarks up there, different influencers, and they use who they want for whatever reason. They ain't got to justify it. But I tell you, if you're getting value out of all the work that Dave's putting in on the Spectrum stuff, man, click through his stuff, man. Seriously.
And I appreciate that. And
You're welcome.
you know, my little plug would be it's rcairmarshal.com. Very easy to find it. And you know, if you're looking for Spectrum stuff, click through rcairmarshal.com, and right at the top is a big old Horizon Hobby link. Just bam, just click right on there, and it'll take you to your home of all things Spectrum.
You know what I need to do? I need to pay for a banner ad on your website that sends people to pilotrunmedia.com.
Yeah, so you can steal my cookie.
Yeah, it's all about that cookie. I tell you, man, Limp Bizkit really is prolific and knew more than we ever gave him credit for.
Yeah, he knew like the
It
age of
is
the
all
internet.
about that cookie. Man, it is all about that cookie. My gosh, crazy. Everybody having a good time? You know what, man? It's hard in headphones for me to even think about doing any kind of like bench work, Dave. I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure I feel like messing with these tires, but let's talk about them a little bit.
Sure, sure. So I did want to say though, just real quick, before we move away from the radios,
Oh, yeah, dude, don't let me cut you off. Do your thing, man.
just how good, I mean, because listen, I've got them all now. I've got DX series, NX series, I've got the IX series, I've got the Radio Man, I've got
Take
the
it.
TX16S. They're all great, but this one feels truly good. You know, it's just got very smooth gimbals. You know, you're really going to dig it. If you guys are so inclined to get yourself an NX10 or an NX6 or an NX8, but the NX10 to me is just a smooth, this is a smooth feeling radio. With those Hall effect gimbals, I mean, everything just is spot on. And the other thing that I'll mention is for those of you guys out there that are looking for uh, an upgrade, right? Or it's your first radio. They've got the NX6, which is great, and now it's kind of got that pseudo seventh channel that you can set up on like either a 3-position or a 2-position switch to turn safe select on and off. But here's the deal. For 40 more bucks, you can pick up an NX8. You know, so we were talking about recommendations earlier. What you know, out of the three, which would I recommend to people? If you have the coin, get the NX10. If you're on a budget, get an NX8. If you're a beginner and you think the NX6 is the right way for you, save 40 more bucks and get an NX8. There's only a $40 price difference between an NX6 and an NX8. As long as that price difference stays at 40 bucks, I can't in good faith ever recommend an NX6 to anybody. I have to recommend an NX8. Save 40 more bucks, get an NX8. They're not shipping yet, but they're good, right? So I don't know where Ryan took off to, but what's up, folks?
I'm over here. I ain't got it.
It's all out of whack.
Well, I'll be back. All right, getting some lights on, getting some coffee. Hold on a minute. All right, I'm going to do something before we get off the radio. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, so do you not have Bobby in the house anymore?
Do I what?
Do you not have Bobby in the house?
I have Bobby, but he's not going to be able to hear us.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
what I was going to say is get him to put them big fat tires on, man.
Oh, yeah. He's doing something on the TV right now. They want you to put the tires on the Husky, dude. You want to do it late in a minute? He's down, dude. I bought the washers. We're good to go. But I want to say this. I want you guys to be honest with me and don't get mad if you aren't the one. Who is in need, seriously, of a radio? Because I have an NX6 that is very soon to be liberated because of this NX10. As soon as I can transfer the models over, it's done. And I've had that NX6. They're obviously very new, so it's very, very slightly used. If you guys know somebody that's why I was trying to figure out and asked Ethan what Flaps was trying to save up for.
Is Ethan still in here?
I don't know, but I got an NX6 that I want to go to somebody who needs one. I'm just saying, that's my giveaway.
Yeah, where's Phone Boy RC? Where's Ethan? Channel 6
Phone Boy
Flaps.
might be good to go. That cat's like flying some fancy
Yeah,
stuff. He's got to be past the NX6.
He's probably got something better than an NX6.
I think he's flying full scale. Like, he's good. But, no, seriously. And listen, if nobody answers, that's fine. If you think of somebody, hit me up in an email or whatever. But I tell you what, there might be somebody would really appreciate an NX6. I think it's a solid radio. I thought the DX6 Generation 3 was fantastic. You know, I had him send me one of those when I was working up that Sportsman S Plus because I needed 3-position switches to take full advantage of the features that plane offered. And so I didn't want to use a regular old school DX6 like I had.
Right.
I think it was DSM2. So I had to get up with the DSMX at the time and get with the DX6 Generation 3. But that radio is long gone at this point. So
Ryan, let's send it to Kenny.
Send it to Kenny. He won't know what to do with it.
What is this?
So nobody's hitting me up, but that's fine. We'll try to figure out what's up with Flaps.
Yeah, someone was saying that they think that Channel 6 Flaps is using a DX6i.
Oh, it's time then.
And yeah, he needs an upgrade. So, Randy, the NX6 is 6 proportional channels and 1 digital channel. Right? And by digital channel, what I mean is you can assign it to any switch, but that's it. It cannot be mixed in with anything else. Right? So you can't.
So it's just the panic button.
Well, it can be set up on like a 3-position switch. You can use that 7th digital channel to turn like safe select on and off, or to change the flight modes of an apprentice or something like that.
Got it. Hanamichi Zakaragi. I hope I didn't mess it up too bad. He says he's got an IX12. Do you think it's worth it to switch to NX10? Dave, what do you think?
Man, do you like your IX12? That'd be my question.
Yeah. I mean, you might be good to go.
If you like your IX12, there's not a lot of reasons to switch. But
Sense.
I do what I do, right? I help a ton of people with Spectrum radios. And it's in my best interest to switch. Not because I don't like my IX12, but I know the IX12 like inside and out. That thing has been, in my stable now for the last 3 years. So, for me, it's time. The NX is the new kid on the block. It's going to by far be the most popular Spectrum radio out there as far as sales over the next 3 to 5 years. So it makes sense for me. Does it make sense for you?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I know that there's plenty of people out there that have IX12s that want to light them on fire, and for those guys, the NX10 is the way to go.
And George makes a good point. I mean, if you like the 12, don't give up the extra 2 channels. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
I think we're going to go with flaps, guys. That seemed to be the first general consensus on the radio. He's a kid that seems to stay in by scraping it together,
yep.
and comes from a maybe slightly turbulent situation. I think we're going to go with flaps. You guys are down with that? Answer with a bunch of emojis. I think, and it's also a community member that I recognize as being an integral part for a long time. I think you guys feel good about the flaps decision. Let me know with some emojis. If you don't like that, tell me to get bent. Yeah. Sound good, dudes? I think that's the way to go. He's who I was thinking about anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we had talked about that a few days ago, and you and I came to that same, kind of general consensus. Like Channel 6 flaps, I think would be a good way to go, and it looks like the crowd in the chat is kind of down with that.
I like it. I'm good with that.
So there's a couple of people saying NX6 sounds like a good backup radio. Guys, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I said it once, I'll say it again. If you're thinking about it,
40 more bucks.
If you're thinking about it in NX6, save $40 and get an NX8.
Yeah.
Save 40 more bucks and get an NX8. The NX6 is a great radio. But
right, so it'll come with the upgrade in it already. But thank you. Because Horizon sent me the upgraded battery, which is the nice one that Air Marshal was talking about that comes standard in the NX10. So yeah, he's gonna get that already. Sorry, Dave.
No, it's cool. Yeah, what I was saying is, as much as it pains me to say it, because I want to promote all three, I want to tell you that all three are great, and they are. And listen, do we get paid a little something something from Horizon? Yeah, I mean, we get a little bit of a commission when people buy them through our links, but it's not like they're paying me a salary. You know what I'm saying? So
no, your advice, you would give the same advice regardless of that.
of whether
it's true.
I was getting paid or not. That's exactly right.
It's a good value, dude. 40 more bucks and you're dialed in forever.
And what I'll tell you is I would make money no matter which one you bought if you use my links to buy it. But what I'm telling you guys, and this is straight from the heart, if the NX6 is going to continue to only be $40 less than the NX8, don't buy an NX6. Save 40 bucks and buy an NX8 instead.
I see. Yeah.
Don't.
That's good advice.
Don't waste your time with an NX6. Spend the extra money. Get the NX8. You'll be a lot happier in the long run.
Eric Quinn. I don't know if that's exactly right. Dave, chime in. Gyros need that extra channel to turn it on and off. Maybe if it's an auxiliary gyro, but not when it's the Spectrum stuff, because I'm doing everything on my NX6 that I did on the NX10.
Yep. And
same deal.
And it's because the NX6 has that 7th channel. It's got a 7th digital channel that you can use to turn your gyro on and off. So let's see. There was another question up here. What is the life like on the NX10 compared to the IX12? With the same battery. So in my IX12, I cheated a little bit. And on the battery that's in the NX10, which is a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, I get the same life as I do on my IX12, which is running a 10,500 milliamp hour battery.
Yeah.
So, the NX10 with the battery that it comes with gets fantastic battery life. You could probably do a whole weekend of flying and never need to recharge your radio.
So I want to address the Radio Master comments. Look, man, I don't know that radio, so I can't recommend that radio. And the ease of use when you're flying, and like a lot of beginners are gonna be flying Horizon Hobby products. Let's face it. And if you wish that a beginner has the best experience possible, that's usually what people tend to recommend. So I think the Spectrum radios are really I mean, are you going to recommend to a new person with very little experience an open TX style
No
transmitter?
way.
It's not nice. You might save some money, but it's like I from what I understand, I wouldn't want to recommend that on somebody who's just getting into it. I want them to have an easy go, and that bind and fly position in the market is doing very well for a great reason. It's super accessible and super easy for people to get along. And this is what I'd be saying regardless of relationships and all that stuff.
Right.
It's the truth. I've said it forever. Before I was working with Horizon, I'll say it after, if there is ever an after, that I think anybody who wants to take advantage of the innovation we see with market releases, new airplanes, things like that, even if you love some other kind of protocol on your radio, even if that radio can do Spectrum stuff, somebody who's not willing to do all that kind of programming is very well served when they have a Spectrum radio on standby, even if it's not their favorite, so they can take advantage of those offerings, because it's so nice that they're ready to go already.
Right. It's super easy.
Not everybody's got a lot of time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep, and not to mention these NX series radios, when you do the updates on them, every bind and fly aircraft that Horizon Hobby makes is already there. So when you go to set up your new model,
Yeah, man.
you can choose from templates, and you can add a new model, or you can add a new bind and fly model. That's part of the options when you're setting up a new model. When you go to set up a new bind and fly model, it has a list of all of the bind and fly models that they've ever made, pre-configured right from the factory. You go down there, you select it, you don't have to set up nothing. It's all done for you.
Tell me that again. How do you do that? I always do it the old-fashioned way. I just make it happen from the book. You're like scrolling through a list of planes?
Yeah,
Talk to me.
So turn it on, right?
I'm an idiot. Tell me again. Wait a minute. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What is it?
So fire up your NX10 or NX6, either way it works.
NX10, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, click on your, well, oh, look at that. So on the radio, right? See how on the radio you've got the 3 buttons on the side? The top 2 buttons, press them both at the same time. That gets you quick access into your model select screen.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see it. Add new bind and fly.
Add new bind and fly. And then you just pick one.
What? So this was not a thing on the DXs, right?
No.
Dude, I'm totally putting the my Mustang in here because I always wanted to try safe on it.
Yeah, how cool is that, dude?
I had no idea. Are you telling me I could have been doing that on my NX6?
Yes, the whole time.
Son of a gun, guys. That's why you got to follow Air Marshal dudes. I'm telling you. Dude, that's sick. So the Mustang, that's the EFL 01250. Dude.
And then you just bind it and voila, done.
And you say import. What?
Done.
Ah, that's sick.
What does it call it? Does it call it a Mustang?
P51 Mustang 1.5.
That's badass.
I'm saying. Dude, hold on a minute now. So I'm going to go to my system setup. Yes. Model select. There it is. Right there. It goes in at the number it is in the list. So like my second model on my NX10 says number 7, P51 Mustang 1.5.
So I
Eventually, it'll take the number 7 spot, though. It'll move down.
so even though I don't know exactly who it is, I feel like we have an insider source in the chat tonight. I think that Romy, I think we know who that is. It might be somebody that we've done a show with in the past. He
Okay.
seems to know an awful lot about Spectrum stuff. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yep. All NX radios will get the latest and greatest model files with every update
Right,
rolled out.
right.
Nice.
So it's super simple, guys. I mean,
Awesome stuff,
if you're
dude.
invested in E-flight airplanes, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Just boom, it's there. And you can go through and adjust it too, right? So if the switches aren't exactly the way you like them, it's very easy to go into channel select, assign new switches, and be done with it, right? So,
Yeah.
there's great stuff going on inside these radios. There's they're awesome.
I like it. Eddie K asked, I think it might have got answered. I'm not sure. How will that work with future Bind and Fly models firmware update? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Romy, my homie, answered it already. That's right. Setups will be in future firmware updates after the model gets released.
Right.
Very cool. That's awesome, dude. I mean, I want to see what that does. I'm gonna go like when I take that E-Flight Mustang back out because I do want to try it on the tires. I did the mod, the Pilot Jerry mod. Um, I'm gonna throw that Mustang. I got it on the NX10. I want to try safe
Do it.
just to see what it does for the ground handling, man.
So, C Mafia is saying when you try to power on your NX10, it flashes 3 times and does nothing. Are you holding that power button down? So hold it down until the spectrum screen comes up, and when the spectrum screen comes up, it should just fire right up, man. I mean, it's super duper easy. If it's not powering up, maybe try disconnecting the battery, and then plug the battery back in and try it again. And if it doesn't work, call Romy on Monday.
Eric Quinn asks if this is after importing a Bind and Fly model, so to say. Does it set up the flaps on Bind and Fly automatically? I would assume it
Yes.
does. Right to that default switch is always D for flaps. So that's the beauty. It's going to have it dialed in. Now listen, at neutral, if you've got to do some adjustments, that's not strange that you would need to, but I tell you, these Horizon models release pretty close to neutral. You know what I mean? Like the setups are pretty bloody close to neutral, but you might have to do something mechanical, and that's what you want to do is eyeball it, get it all dialed in, not rely on your trims. But I guess Dave says yes, and we'll find out soon. If Seamoff's having trouble, then he might have to contact them.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you're having problems with it, I mean, look, guys,
Sounds like the battery needs
we're
charged.
dealing with electronics. I mean, electronics have a failure rate, right? So if it happens to be that
Nice,
if you
Romy.
get one and it's not working out of the box, uh,
They'll take care of
one
you.
of the reasons that, listen, I don't know what the exact cost is to produce the hardware for an NX10 or an IX12 or a DX whatever, blah, 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 blah. But here's what I'll tell you. When you get like a Radio Master TX16S, you are paying for the hardware only. The software is free because it's open source, and you don't get any support. A lot of what you're paying for is to put food in the mouths of the families of the software developers that work on this airware software and make it so easy to use, right? The money that you're
Yeah.
paying is for the the engineers that go and support these things and do upgrades every day. The money that you're paying is going into the mouths of the kids that run the tech support for these radios and repair these radios, right? Spectrum has some of the best customer support, period. And I don't, and again,
Yeah.
I don't say that because they pay me a little commission when you buy a radio using my link. I say it because it's the truth.
And dude, they're by proxy in the chat right now giving us tremendous value too, which is also above and beyond excellent customer service. So the question earlier was if it did the flaps and everything. So he says, Romy says yes. If the Horizon Hobby model has flaps, the model file will include the correct flap settings and elevator mix if there is one called out in the book. That is cool. I thought, I'm setting them up every time individually, and I still think it's a
So
breeze.
it's funny,
I can whip through a setup by the book so
right?
fast. Now it's even easier. Like what?
I don't think people know who Romy is, and I'm not gonna say who it is.
Philip, they're in stock
He can
now.
say who it is, but everybody's like, "Oh, Romy, you sent me this and you sent me that." Like I don't know if he actually sent you anything, but it's cool.
I think I know who it is too,
Eh,
but
I'll leave it
whatever's
up
cool.
to him if he wants to disclose his true identity.
Yeah, Philip Alonso, there's links in the description of this live stream that'll take you right to the NX10 through Air Marshal's links. Check that out. This is what we call a collab,
Yeah, if
where
the
we're
NX10
pumping up two
if the
channels.
NX10 is out of stock already, number
Wow.
one, badass,
Right?
because they just got a lot of NX10s in stock. So if they're already sold out, badass, and they're probably not going to get more until probably after March,
Las
if I
Vegas?
had to guess.
Las Vegas or Illinois, Romy?
I think that's an Illinois fan right there.
I thought so too, but now I'm not sure. Because I don't know exactly. I think mine came from. Okay. Dude, Las Vegas. That's Jason.
Oh, I gotcha. You think?
Yeah. Because he's working on his pop stuff, and he said twatter.
Yep. That's who we got.
Greg Rowland wants to know where to get that 12,500 milliamp battery for his IX12.
I made my own, um,
Wow.
which is probably not advisable for people that are not electrical engineers.
Yeah.
um,
Jason, thanks, man. We're loving these.
they're awesome. The NX series radios are awesome, and they're it's the it's the
Bee's knees,
it's the
dude.
pivot point to a new generation of radios. I mean, that's why they're called the NX. It's the next generation, and they're going to be around for a long, long time. And for folks that are apprehensive, like, we don't want to mess with it. It's first generation, whatever. Look, they've already had like 2 years with the iX20 to really get that
Yeah.
Gen 3 um, channel processor dialed in, right? The channel processor that you've got in the NX series radios is the same channel processor they're using in the iX20, right? So the iX20 is spot on now. Um, and that's what you got in there. And the NX series software, it's still airware, guys. I mean, they've had a long time to get this right, and it
Yeah.
works really well. So,
Super
yeah,
quick.
don't be apprehensive at all. Yeah, and like Ryan was saying, super quick. One of the things that I always noticed on the old DX series radios is if I'm scrolling through, um, you'd get a lot of what I call motion blur or ghosting, as you're flying through settings.
Etch a sketch.
Yeah, very etch a sketchy. With this one, it's not like that at all. The screen has a very, very high refresh rate, and as you're whipping through the settings, I mean, the stuff changes instantly. The beeps are slower than the screen.
Dude, are you going to do the ticker tape thing? I'm totally going to check it out.
Yeah, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. The manual's thick, guys.
Okay.
I actually read them.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll beat you to it. Who knows? Because I'll skip everything else and go right to that.
Right to the ticker tape. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I'm proud of myself for setting up throttle cut. I mean, I'm an idiot. Like, I really am pretty low tech. And that's why I look forward to your videos, Dave, because, I mean, listen, I mean, the Horizon videos are excellent, of course. But man, I like yours too. So things that need to be done to get into forward programming that will trip a guy up if you don't know better, you're going to be covering.
Right.
You have to have a throttle cut set up, or you cannot even get into that forward programming screen. You'll be mad before you start. But once you know it, man.
Look at this.
It's so nice.
Look at this.
What?
Jason's dropping freaking Easter eggs up in here. Get out of here. So I need to, oh man, I need to save up my pennies, Ryan. Uncle Joe needs to send me a check.
I'm saying.
Uncle Joe needs to send me a check.
Whew.
That's going to be hot. Hot.
It's going to be me. I'm pumped.
All right. So one of the things that I found on here that was pretty cool, Ryan, and you may like it, you may not. I don't know. I'm going to fire it up. So
fire it up.
When you hit the function button down at the bottom, right? So you have the little ticker tape thing down there. When you press and hold the function button, and where is it? Where is it?
Let me get there, dude. I want to know what you're talking about.
So I think
there's
a way, and I can't remember how I got to it, right? And Romy may be able to tell us, how to do this.
Where are you trying to go? Ticker tape?
Yeah, because that next release, that 8th channel, is probably a motor reversing channel.
There you go.
So I was able to change what that function goes to, and I had like a bunch of different selections that I could assign to that switch. So you can set it up to be like a favorites almost, where like if you have one screen that you go to all the time, sorry, man, I was gonna like show you something cool, and now I can't remember how I did it. So, like I have mine set up to go instantly to digital switch setup. But there was
I see, like favorites.
Yeah. And you can, and it had like empty slots, so you could put like different functions in there. So I can't remember how I did it though.
You hit function and then you can scroll around and do stuff. That's how you also get into the ticker tape setup.
Anyway, there's all kinds of neat stuff that this thing can do, guys.
Man,
where you have like quick access to the menu items that you want to use, by just hitting that function button, and it takes, I mean, you don't have to scroll all the way down to system settings and then scroll all the way down to switch setup or channel assign. You can put channel assign on that function switch and it's right there. And then boom, you're in it. So they make it where there's a lot more customizability. They have it where, you can have the most important telemetry data scrolling across the screen. And if you have 27 AR637Ts, you just take one out and throw it at a plane, and in 5 minutes you're ready to go with AS3X and safe dialed in.
Get out of town, man. And like, that's cool. And then I tell you what else gets me spoiled is when you've got Avion ESC. And then you've got that extra scroll over and see telemetry right there at your fingertips. Battery voltages.
Yeah.
Come
All
on,
your
man. Come on.
individual cell voltages, and now
Love it.
all the avian ESCs that are out there, if you upgrade them to the latest and greatest firmware, you can do thrust reversing on every single one of them, which is a really cool feature. I set it up on the Husky today, and it's freaking sweet. So I'm gonna
Nice.
have that big old Husky, and I got 3 weeks to practice flying this thing like a mad stole plane for when this other one comes out, and I'll be able to do like a monster review on a
Nice.
big red plane.
I love it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that thing. So I hope that's what's coming in 3 weeks. Because yes, you take my money.
I'm
Just
pumped.
take my money.
I'm pumped. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to share it over here, you know?
Yes, yes,
That'll be very cool. And I'm going to make sure I run it on Futaba.
do it.
No. That's not happening. I love my Futaba for the HSD jets. S-Bus, one wire setup, pretty cool.
Yeah, but you did say 8 channels, and I just have to imagine that unless you put a Bombay door on it, that eighth channel has to be for thrust reversing. Man, just let me dream.
Just let you
Just
dream.
let me
That
dream.
thing's going to be sick. So that means it's going to come with a super dope 8-channel receiver, right?
It doesn't
So
need an
Dennis
eight
Farley
channel
wants.
receiver. The
That's true.
AR636 or the AR637 can do all of that.
But Romy's talking about an 8-channel radio to fully take advantage of the new
Eight
thing.
channel
Hey, Dennis
transmitter. Yep.
Farley wants to know. Dennis Farley, Ryan, you and Dave know me. If I upgrade, which one, NX8 or NX10? Oh,
Mm.
Farley. You'd be all right with either one. I know he wants me to tell him definitively. Honestly, man, if you can swing it, if
Always.
you think you might ever need more than 8, then get the 10. But I think the 10, just on the Hall effect gimbals not wearing out, your stick's not wearing out
Uh,
is one thing that's going to make that
yeah.
one a good
I
choice.
think you're going to get better service life on the 10. I think the 10 could
But
easily be a radio that can hang around for the next 10, 15 years if you take care of it.
but true, but also the NX8 would be a great radio for you for a long time
Oh,
as well.
whatever this next release is has lights with multiple modes that are radio selectable, I'm guessing. That's
Jeez.
awesome. You're making me so happy right now. I don't
I'm
I don't
pumped,
even know
dude.
what it is, but I'm so happy. Yeah, Sea Mafia, that is what I did is so Sea Mafia, do you still have the SD card with that file on it in your radio? Because if you do, and your radio has not updated to the latest and greatest firmware, take that SD card out and see if it'll start up normal. Because if the file is on the root of that SD card, it's going to try to run that update. And if for whatever reason it's not working, it's always going to fail, right? Okay. Hey, Ethan, Ethan, where is Channel 6 Flaps?
Yeah, I was trying to ask you earlier, but you had already left. Wasn't he trying to save up for a radio? Skip Built, see you later, dude. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for coming, Skip Built RC. So 3.0, is the latest and greatest version of airware for the NX10, as far as I know. That's what I see.
So Romy, our buddy Jordan wants to know what size G2 batteries to stock up on for this release. What should guys be stockpiling?
6S7000s.
Oh,
There you go. 6S7000s.
4S to 6S, 4,000 to 7,000. Get it?
I'm I'm dancing inside right now.
The future's so bright, dude. Well, Ethan RC, man, listen, I got an NX6 with his name on it if he's looking for or needs a radio. Let me know, Ethan. Romy says, yes, please buy a bunch of 6S7000s through pilotryanmedia.com and or rcairmarshal.com. He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing. Dennis Farley wants to know when the Falk Wolves are going to be shipping soon. And Ethan, legit, like I will give Flaps an NX6 if he's been trying to scrape together for a radio.
So,
Let me
Ethan,
know.
are you suggesting that Channel 6 may be getting out of the hobby? Because we don't want that.
Romy.
Yes.
What if it's some other like blindside you deal?
You know what? That's cool too. If
It is
it's
cool
not a
too.
Draco, and in a few weeks we see some other big dog plane with thrust reversing and freaking radio selectable lights, man, whatever.
So
Get out of here, man. I love it all.
I'm telling you. I'm saying. Dollar Bill Clinton in the house. What's up, man? Seamoff, we'll get you figured out, man. We'll get you figured out. Sea Mafia is gonna. We'll have to get him dialed in on his NX10 to figure out what's going on. We can figure out getting him to the source a little bit, probably. So it's not about first necessarily. It's about what we pick. Raven Rock, what's going on, dude? Raven Rock lost $100 last night by not being at Dave's RC show.
Oh, that sucks.
Remember that? I threw a hundo into Dave's giveaway, and Raven Rock, I think, was the first or second winner that wasn't there. Dang, it sucks to be him right now. Skippy.
You could have thrown that
love
into
you,
the
man.
new baby bottle, man.
I'm saying, you know what? He's the kind of guy, he might have gave it back, though. I don't know.
I don't know. Have you ever met?
He says,
Have you ever met Dustin and Jeff's Custom? They don't
Not in
give nothing
person.
back.
That's true.
Jeff's Custom will take
And
every airplane he wins every time.
And Raven Rock's got a Prego wife. He says so himself in the chat.
Yes.
Um,
Skippy's flying to the hospital.
Crazy.
That's funny. You know, we were talking about like how not here, but just in general, like my wife and I, you know, we're saying at the beginning of what about March? We were saying that around the December time frame there was going to be all kinds of Rona babies from everybody getting quarantined all the time.
You know, Eric Quinn won. And the idea, the reason I do that way for some of these other guys' shows is because it's really easy, you know. Well, Eric Quinn doesn't have PayPal, so I'm gonna penny roll $100 worth, 50 cents a piece, and send it to him in the mail. It'd be like 30 pounds.
It costs
Nah,
more
man,
than $100 to ship it.
nah, man, I'll take it. I'm gonna take care of him. I think it's funny though. Um, what's up, Brian Brissett? Miracle baby, says Raven Rock. Let alone the second. Yeah, that's kind of the way it was for us. And then we had three. Tug Hill's got some specific questions for some specific people.
Will it
Yeah,
outperform?
Jeff, it's just way easier to do PayPal. I got to be honest with you. I mean, come on.
I would assume that I have to assume that if there is such an airplane as a Draco, and if this fantasy airplane is a large 2 meter plus plane, and if this fantasy plane falls in the $500 price range, it could be the best selling $500 airplane that Horizon has ever put on the market ever. That's just my
I
guess.
think so. Man, you know what? I think it's a neat project if that's what it is, because I feel like they've spent the time to make it really dope. You know,
Yep.
looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, GB Linden says he's all over it.
Yep. So, some guy that might have insider information is sitting here sharing that the NX8 is going to be shipping in about 2 weeks, guys. So, like I was,
What do you mean, Randy? I'm not with Motion RC. What do you mean? Anyway, sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
oh, so the guy that may or may not have insider information is saying that the NX8 might be shipping in around 2 weeks ish. Um, so don't stop putting in those pre-orders for the NX8. Listen, I waited for a long ass time to get the NX10, and I'm telling you, it was worth it. If you're looking for an NX8, go ahead and pre-order it. It is worth it. Wait a few more weeks. And if you are thinking about buying an NX6, save 40 more bucks and buy an NX8 instead. And in 3 more weeks, you're going to get it and it's going to be worth it. Sorry. I just don't see the point in buying an NX6, man. It's terrible. I wish
No, man.
I wish I could say something
It makes
else.
sense. It makes sense. Dude, he's killing me, dude. 2/4 turn thumb screws and hands-free connections. Wings off
Oh
in
my
seconds.
God.
Come on. Come on.
Ugh.
Air Marshal, you're going to be producing for me again in a Thursday coming soon, I think.
I'm gonna need one of them to show off also. No,
Do it.
man, that's awesome. Look, this is one of those though that like take my money. I will buy it. So I'm gonna save up my nickels and dimes for 2 whole weeks, like the old Showbiz Pizza commercials. You remember those, Ryan? Did you have Showbiz Pizza?
Yeah, we also, I think we had the generic one or something. It was like something Jamboree.
Oh, yeah. So
It was like wannabe
yep, I'll
showbiz.
be saving up my nickels and dimes for 2 whole weeks. And man, come on now. Easiest to tear down and put together and store and transport 2 meter model yet. Come
Come
on.
on.
It's gotta be it. It's gotta be it. Take my money.
Man alive.
Take my
I'm telling you,
money.
you don't want to miss these shows.
See that I'm gonna have to go start
You never
driving.
know.
I'm gonna have to start go driving my DoorDash again on the weekends so I can save up. Because this is, I mean, I'm buying it like as soon as it goes on pre-order. I mean, I already bought it once when it went on pre-order, and then you took my money. You never took my money.
Ethan, these are the tires. They're linked in the description. And if you check out Air Marshall's channel, he did a video where he put them on. It takes, you're going to need number 6 washers to get those tires out to the E-clip. Isn't that what you did?
Yeah.
You took off the stock ones and you put on 3 number 6s, and then you were good to go.
So here's how it has to be done, right? So on the
Yes,
Husky,
Jonah.
there are like 4 little baby washers on there. They're real thin, like wafer thin, tiny washers. So you pull the C-clip off, you take off all of the stock washers, you put 3 number 6 washers on, and then you remove one of the real thin washers and put those back on too. Right? So you've still got the stack of stock washers with
I
one
got it.
missing, right? So that will get it right out to the C-clip because the number 6 washers are a little bit thicker than the stock ones. And then when you put that C-clip on, it's going to roll real nice and free. It's really easy to swap them out, Ryan. Don't be worried about this. It's going to be simple. He's going to do it, guys. He's going to do it.
Pellegrino wants to see those wheels on.
It's easy. It's easy.
You about ready?
The hardest part is pulling those hubcaps off.
That's what you need, a little flathead?
Or a little scribe or something. Something you can get in there and pry them off with. Dude, DoorDash is great, you know. Like, I mean, I can easily make $500-600 a month running DoorDash on the weekends. But I mean, now that I know that this new big dog is coming out, like, I'm gonna be DoorDashing every night after work, DoorDashing all weekend next weekend until I'm up to 500, and then take my money.
So you let the air out of these.
Yep. And there's a little thing that twists into the dilly dally. There's a little fill hole on the side of the tire.
Yeah, I see it. I put some real big ones on a Carbon Z Cub a long time ago. The first one. So Ethan, is our boy Flaps going to get good use out of an NX6 or what?
Barry Campbell, that's how much money I would be saving up. $500 plus tax.
Yeah, Jeff, that works too. Just let the air out. Awesome. Do you leave them open too, or you shut them after you?
Well, when you pull that stem out, when you unscrew that stem, it automatically closes the valve.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting is I have no idea how you get more air in them. I don't know if you're supposed to stick your mouth up to it and blow.
There's got to be a better
There's
way.
got to be a better way, right? Instead of like sticking your lips up to that little stem and trying to blow into it to inflate the tire. A bike pump wouldn't work. It's a tiny, tiny little inflation stem. Oh, do they have like a little baby air pump?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. You know the air-filled tires that aren't inflatable? I used to drill a hole where the O was on Dubrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wanted them to let the air out. They're so, usually 2 3/4 or less on size. So they weren't going to collapse.
Oh,
or
look at
anything.
that. Better make it 6 hundo. Take my money. I don't care. I will.
I think the thing
6
about
hundo.
what we're doing with these tires, we don't want air in them.
No.
We want them empty.
No, we want them to be nice and like bouncy almost. Well, low bounce, no bounce really. So I'll tell you, with mine, I've dropped it intentionally, and it does not bounce anymore. I mean, it
Good.
sits on those tires and just like they take all of the.
Honestly, just like the other tires I was talking about, I'm the kind of guy like, dude, if I will drill a hole right in that that sidewall, I don't even care. It's not like it's gonna collapse.
Right.
It's gonna hold the shape. For goodness sakes.
Yep. 6 hundo. That's a lot of money for an airplane, but man, I'm telling you, if it's as bad to the bone as I think it's gonna be,
Man,
take my money.
take it to the limit.
Take my money.
One more time.
And they did more stuff to make it even more on. And read between the lines. It's got like radio programmable. Uh, like we can change the way the lights work, and I'm assuming turn the lights on and off and change like light flashing patterns and other crazy things right from the transmitter. What? Like that's gonna be awesome. This thing is gonna be so stupid cool.
So, Dave, did you see that?
What's that?
That diagram on the inside of the package? They show a wheel collar inside, if you need it.
I did, and I don't know that.
I don't need that.
No, no, no. Look, the washers is all you need.
Yeah.
The wheel collar is going to put too much space between the plates.
Yeah, they already look good to go, dude.
Yeah.
These are going to be sick, dude. That's my only complaint about those things is hard tires.
Oh, they're hard as a rock. No, there's been no new release announcement. The announcement was made like 2 years ago.
Somebody's dropping hints.
Right.
Big time.
The announcement was like 2 years ago. The release date has probably been delayed a dozen times, but that's okay.
So, Ethan, I'm going to just put this out here and then I'm done. If I don't hear from Flaps in a couple days at info@pilotryanmedia.com, then I'm going to put this NX6 up for grabs again. So I'll give him a couple days to get me an email. Got it? Yeah, I had somebody in here earlier that was like getting surly about the stinking. You guys, I appreciate your support. You all seem to really be cool with letting the youngster have this radio.
Yep.
And they're, and then somebody's got their feelings hurt about it. You can't win.
Yeah. So
that is completely not community. Especially too, we all know this kid and a little bit his situation. Don't get surly trying to do something nice.
And Joe Pellegrino.
I could be quiet about it and just sell it like an a-hole, but I'm trying to be cool. I can't believe I'd catch mess for that. I can believe I'd catch mess for that, but it's unfortunate. What an arrogant. I mean,
So,
come on, man. Let's help the kid out.
Joe Pellegrino, the other thing that you get,
He's got 2 days.
the other thing that you get that's pretty cool, if your ESC and your receiver and your transmitter are all fully up to date, you also get the ability to program that ESC right from the transmitter, which is awesome. So you don't have to have an ESC programmer once you get it updated to the latest and greatest firmware. And you can also program thrust reversing on every AV and ESC. So if you want a P47 to go backwards on the taxiways, and like slither around like a crazy snake, you can put thrust reversing on a P47.
CMOF, I see you. Barry Campbell has a question for Romy and myself, really, and you, Dave. The receiver in the new T28, are you talking about the
It's
yellow
a
one?
AR631.
That's what I thought. That's right. That's what I thought. 631. Yeah, Dad.
No, me personally, I like having that external antenna. So, but a lot
Yeah,
of
me too.
people have asked me, hey, should I get an AR630 or an AR631? And I always tell them, get
Antenna.
get the AR631 because that external antenna, I prefer it. I mean, I prefer having that external antenna.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, especially, I mean, bigger warbirds, bigger jets, bigger batteries. So I want to. Yeah, Ethan, it's a done deal. Just get me his uh, shipping information if you would, or he can. We'll just call it done
Yeah,
at
Romy,
this
I
point.
I would tell you, Jason, like look, this is going to be one of those planes where if you don't get it on the pre-order, you're going to have a hard time getting it after that because it's going to be sold out all the time.
I hope I get to do it.
You don't have to worry about it. I just hope I can scrounge up 600 bones before the release date.
Hey, it's never in the bag, man. I hope I get it just like every time. I hope I get to do it. Um, I'm stoked. I'm stoked about these bloody tires, Dave.
They're
You know,
good.
I suffer through where I don't normally, I'm moving on and I don't really spend the time to maybe do some of the things that I would do to it if it was like the only one I had. But man, I really am anxious to see these go. There's a link to these in the description that you can search Dubrow 450 RV at Horizon or Hobby Zone and find these wheels. Now, I mean, we linked it to the Husky to Hobby Zone in the description because that's what we're working on. Is a Hobby Zone product, and they put this on their hop ups page. So if you hit the drop down when you're on the Husky product page, hop up, drop down, you'll find batteries, some other things, and these tires.
Yep. Yep. And so what Romy was saying about the 630 and the 631. So listen, I don't know if I was like
Yes, Micah.
I don't know if I was a test dummy for the 630 when it first came out, but I tried it out in an FMS Pilatus PC21, and don't do it in that airframe, right? That airframe's too big, the battery's too big. If you're going to use a 630, this is my opinion. We have someone in the chat who may have some insider info, but if you're running anything that uses like you really want that 630 in a plane that's using like a 3S 2200 or smaller battery. If you're running like 4S 3200s, then no bueno. And it's because the battery will cast an RF shadow. And sounds like some crazy stuff, but the battery will cast an RF shadow that it will not be able to pick up through, and you'll have some bad times. So yeah, just be careful with them. If you're gonna get a 630, make sure that the airplane that it's a suitable airframe. Like Jason was saying, like the profile planes, the flat foamies, and full bodied planes that are less than like 3S 2200 and smaller batteries. Well, Jason, it didn't work, and and I ended up smashing that plane.
Just cut the balance leads off. It's no big
Yeah,
deal.
dude. I hear that that's the secret to success. So
That's the ticket.
so this is what happened. This is what happens when you try to put a 630 in a Pilatus PC-21. um,
Dude, tell the guys, I'm going to,
it's
Mother Nature, I got to take a call. Mother Nature, line one.
yes.
I'll be back.
So that's what happens. But the good news is I rebuilt it. I got another fuse for the PC-21, and now instead of having the 631, up front, I put the 631 like way in the back, and it's fine like that. So I'm having to mute Ryan while his headphones are off. No, I think it would have worked if I had mounted the so now with the 630, because I'm still using the 630 in it, because I was like, I'm bound and determined to make this thing work with a 630. So I've got the 630 mounted as far back in the fuselage as I can get it, and it works fine now. Yes. And listen, I've had a lot of guys that are like, "Oh, I've got this FMS Futura, and I'm going to be putting a 630 in it. What would you recommend for anything?" And I'm like, the first recommendation I have is to get an AR637T or get an AR631. That external antenna and being able to place it wherever you want it, that's huge. What kind of tricks can I do with the 950? What do you mean? Oh, the 9350. So the 9350 is great, but you have to be very familiar with the old school way of doing AS3X programming. And it doesn't do like the pass-through telemetry of all the smart stuff either. What's up, phone boy? So I don't know what Ryan's doing. I muted him so you guys can't hear, what's going on because it was echoing pretty bad now that he took the headphones off. But it sounds like they're like throwing stuff, like there's stuff hitting the floor and sliding around. It's crazy. Ethan, you can reach Ryan at info@pilotryanmedia.com. info@pilotryanmedia.com. And while Ryan's not watching, you can click on the Horizon link at rcairmarshal.com and pick up your NX radio today. That's funny. Hey, the links are in the description, guys, for the NX series radios, AR637T. Is he putting the headphones back on?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I gotta get my coffee. I'll be right back. Shoot. There's Bobby.
Bobby's in the house. I don't think Bobby can hear us. You got to pry them hubcaps off.
Dave said that's the worst part of the whole thing. There it went. Fish on.
So, Tug Hill RC, my email address is dave@rcairmarshal.com.
There we go. There we go.
I can't hear anybody. But...
He can't hear.
That's all right.
You didn't miss anything. Dave was shilling his website. That's a good idea, man. I'll have to do that.
So yes, Tug Hill RC, my email address. You guys can contact me if you ever have any questions about, trick ways to set up your Spectrum stuff. You can reach me at dave@rcairmarshal.com, or if you go to my website, rcairmarshal.com, and click the Contact Me link and fill out the contact form, that will also reach me right away. That's a good.
I want to show you guys. Go ahead, Dave.
I
What?
was just going to say, that's a pretty good looking plane that Bobby's got there. Hey, tell him to be.
What? Circlips are going back.
Oh, yeah.
You got a big.
He's got to be careful with them C
You got a
clips.
flathead screwdriver?
That's what I'm using right now.
I don't know if that'll help. They're kind of small and they're in there. We'll get it. So while Bobby's doing that, what's up, Full Send? RC Productions? Did you used to have a different name? Do I know you? So listen, Ernst Manufacturing makes those stands that they sell at BitGo, right? The Mega stand and the Ultra stand. Links to that in the description. But he sent me some other stuff that I don't think is up on the Ernst website yet. And I don't know if BitGo is going to carry these yet or not, but there's some organizer trays. So if you're into that, there's a smallish one, different colors available. Looks like a 3 deal, 3 tray deal. And then there's these bigger ones. And I got to tell you, they sent me a box full of this stuff. I was surprised. And my kids are already like using a bunch of these for their school, like craft projects and stuff.
Ryan, are those trays stackable?
Let's see. They are. See that?
Like, is there like a positive interaction between them where they won't just slide right off of each other?
It's locked in, bro. I mean,
that's nice.
It is cool, right? I mean, you can see what's going on. I'm finally getting it to break loose, but as long as you're not over the top, you can stack these like crazy. So multiple colors. I want to thank Ernst Manufacturing for working with us. They reached out to me and I made a connection and introduced them to BitGo, and it's been a neat relationship. Bobby's sending out stands all the time. So if you guys think you'd be interested in these, we'll have we'll see if Bobby wants to get them on the website.
I like them.
Yeah, they're not much. They're not much, guys. So stand by. I think you might even be able to get them now directly from Ernst Manufacturing. So I invite you to check that out and tell them who sent you if you do. And because right now, if you're interested in them, that's the only way you're going to get them, because they are not. It takes work to get things on a website, actually, so it takes a minute. So check out Ernst Manufacturing if you're interested in these guys. A couple different sizes, multiple different colors. Thank you, Ernst, for everything. They sent us some T-shirts too, Bobby. I got you a long sleeve Ernst tee, and I got one too. Full Send RC Productions, Rock Crawlers Coming Red Cat Gen 8 is on deck.
Nice.
That's awesome. They sell Red Cat Gen 8s at BitGo. Dylan Anderson, thank you for that super chat. Barry Campbell, yeah, you know what? I do believe they're under like $6 or $7 a piece. Really, I thought they were a very low price, but
yeah, that's awesome.
I really am not positive. I could have been looking at a dealer site. I have no idea.
Yep, and that's like one of those perfect items that you buy to put you over the $100 for free shipping, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you're looking for that buffer, you're sitting at like $80 and you want free shipping. Add like 3 of those trays, good to go.
Will this help you?
I think so.
Push it off.
I have my pliers here too.
Just be really careful with that C-clip, dude. Like
it's so small,
and it will
dude.
fly.
It will fly. We need a magnetic like Ziploc bag to work in.
That's what I did. I put like a big magnet. I put a big magnet on my pick, so as I was picking the C-clip off, when the C-clip finally came off, it stayed stuck to the pick.
Nice. Very cool. That's pretty cool having Wesley on there. That was neat.
Yeah.
We do our show at night, or we'd have had live coverage from, more things flying than the Blair Witch drone project that Kenny's got.
Flying drones illegally at an E-Jet event. That was awesome.
Right. Full Send RC Productions. I like the name, dude. You want to talk to the people and watch me wrestle that for a minute?
You gonna give it a go? You really need like a pick or a scribe or something. Instead of trying to like get it off with pliers.
It's all about the flat blade screwdriver. Is that right, Barry?
Even $12. I mean,
sounds about
that's
right.
not bad.
Sounds about right. Michael Bear says Bobby might say bad words when he drops that clip. Thank you, Barry. Yeah.
Dynamite might help. So the other thing that I've seen people do is wrap like a big Ziploc bag around the whole axle. So when the Jesus clip flies off, it just flies into the bag.
Yeah. Why do they call it that? Because that's what you say when it flies off? Dude, I'll work on it. It's an easy job.
Those two C-clips are The second hardest part. Apparently the hardest part. I did not have that difficult a time getting them off. I have like a little pick with an angle on it, you know, and I just reached it in there and got into the open space and just pulled it off.
We don't have a little scribe like that, but that would be nice.
Yep. That's right. That's right, Dennis. I forgot about that. But you know, that Creighton is so fast that you probably could call it an E-jet.
You get it? Holy smokes.
Do you still have it, or is it gone?
We got it. Is that the only stop washer on there?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, on that side.
no, there's more on the back.
So how many's on the back there, Bobby?
There's more tell Bobby there's more washers on the back side.
On the back?
Yeah.
There isn't any.
There should have been some. He said there aren't any.
That's baloney. There should have been.
Well, we'll work it out.
There's nothing on this side either.
Okay. Well, we did have one on the outside.
Only on this side, though.
Oh.
I think they.
So here's the deal, dude. It's all out of whack. Try 3 of these.
What, those?
Yeah, on first. Because it's all about trying to line that circlip back up where it makes some kind of sense. What did we get when we put that on there? I'm so curious. Where are we at?
You need to take one of these out and put it on
Take-
this side. And
Okay.
then put this clip over it.
Now make sure it can spin because the nuts will hit the hub.
He says the nuts will hit the hub if you don't have it spaced out far enough.
Oh,
So he was putting on 3 plus one of their stock ones. So do we need 4? Since we don't have a
Yeah,
stock
but
one?
make sure the wheel can spin.
Some bitch.
I don't know. I mean, that's all over there. You're still hitting.
Because Ryan's logo is like gray and mine is white.
Turn the wheel the other way with the nut out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It spin, and it looks good on the circlip.
Well, that's all it's going to do.
Okay. So what happens if you lose one of those? Let's try that. Damn it, it don't spin. It's got to be 3.
Yeah. But then I'm going to have all that on just a clip.
That's okay. Ours is a little different than yours,
Yeah.
Air
I
Marshal.
think mine might have had longer axles.
Huh?
Let me see those.
We put our screws towards the inboard so there's less that we got to worry
Yeah,
about.
yeah. That way the nuts aren't hitting the hub.
That's right.
Sorry, I know that sounds funny, y'all, but I mean that's what's happening. The nuts are hitting the hub.
Jeez, come on now.
I literally just dropped that.
Everybody's getting a big
Say
kick
again?
out of that.
Well, it finally happened. Some gun lost it.
Oh, the
dog.
C-clip's gone, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's one of those things you're not going to look for on live television.
It got me to.
Well,
It got me.
Dave's RC would look for it on live TV.
I think it'll turn out. You're shitting.
Get out. He found it?
Son of a gun.
Wow.
Needle in a haystack.
Bobby is
dude.
magical.
I'm saying. Yikes.
No, Tug Hill.
So this is why we do this stuff, so you know what you're getting into.
Yep, those C-clips are never fun.
I wonder if you can get in that hub and slide and get yourself more axle.
You might be able
You know what I mean? If it's a flat spot deal. Did you get it, Holmes?
Yes, I want to say on the back side, so between the hub and the wheel, mine's got like 5 washers spacing it out.
Man, we got 3, and we don't have. I mean, we can't do any more because we'll be into the circlip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, I think mine might have a little more axles sticking out of the hub than yours does.
Pardon?
It'll hold.
It'll hold.
Yep.
That's nice, man.
The big thing is you don't want the nuts to bang against the hub. So as long as it spins free, it should be good to go.
Dude, it's spinning free, dude. He's got it. I like it. And I'll put some foam tack on that E-clip. So look at that, dudes. Because that's all that's on there. I wonder if you can tighten those hubs up and get a little more clearance. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like tighten those.
Oh yeah, you can, but then then the bolt will stick out of the nut and it'll hit the hub instead. But the way yours are turned, yeah.
Yes.
The way yours are turned, it probably wouldn't hurt. Like do like a half a turn on each screw, and that'll give you.
Yeah, because if we can fit a washer,
it'll compress them a little bit,
Yeah, because if I can fit one on, I think we should try to do it. You want to try to tighten them up, Bobby?
So,
because then we can get a washer on the outside too, before the clip.
Yeah, and keep them straight.
Yeah. You can see I got 2 of them already coming through. I didn't get done. If you want to do a half turn on them, well, shoot, man, I'm sitting here with the stream. I don't mind. I'll do it.
oh, shit.
Ope. Are the Dubrovnik wheels worth the wait? I don't know, but the Dubro ones are. Yeah, dude, I think so. And these planes can handle it. I'm never one to want to put big heavy wheels on like warbirds and jets, but these kind of birds, yeah. And it's so nice, these planes. It's almost a crime that they're landing on crusty bagels. I mean, it's
Right.
just too hard sometimes, these bloody tires. So, you know what? I just wanted to be like Air Marshal, so I got some. I was like, he's finally done it, and they've made it easy. They put it on the hop-up page. We know what it takes to get it done. Just put the battery in it and send it.
Yep.
Right, sir?
Yep. So I see your question about the AR637T. Can it be programmed without using the flight modes and only assigning a switch for the save mode in AS3X? Yes. You do not need to use flight modes.
So what do you do if you're not using flight modes?
So the way that you do it, Ryan, you know how like in the flight mode, the flight mode channel, so FM mode selector or whatever.
Yeah.
You can either assign a channel or you can assign the flight mode. You assign a channel that it's listening on, and in the transmitter, you can either assign a switch to that channel, or you can set up your flight mode selector to operate that channel. If you're using flight modes in the digital switch setup, you can use up to
your little cross wrench work.
You can do up to like 5 flight modes, and on the NX10 you can actually set up 10 flight modes now, because the Gen 3 channel processor supports up to 10 flight modes in acro models. So each one of them would have like a different variation. So that was one of the videos that I showed, was like advanced flight mode setups. You can just do a 2-position or 3-position switch, it'll work fine.
I got a question. I was talking to Ken Sprouse today, and he was telling me he's got mode set up for his stuff, and he's got safe on one position of the three, and on that safe he doesn't have AS3X. Is that you have AS3X kind of all the
You
time, no matter what, right?
Safe will not function without AS3X.
So even though it looks as if it's inactive, it's not. It's there.
It has to be there, I think.
What? Oh,
Like I think, look, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I don't think Safe works without AS3X, and it even tells you, before you set up Safe, it tells you make sure your AS3X gains are set because AS3 and Safe go hand in hand. They're
that's what I thought too.
like,
And that's what I told him. I was like, it's got to be there. I feel like it just can't have it without
yeah,
it.
like I think that Safe is kind of like an auto leveling function that uses the AS3X gyro to drive it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it, man. Like I said, dude, I got this F-15 sitting right here. One position's safe, one's AS3X, and the other is nothing. And I'm
Yep.
super pumped about having that. It was, how's that feel, dude?
Cushy.
That is cushy. They look cool too.
Yeah, they do.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yep. And like the Dubro tires, they come with hubcaps, but you're not
Yeah.
going to get them on.
I like it.
I ain't even worried about these hubcaps.
Yep.
No, it looks cool like that, actually.
It does. With the nuts sticking out on the outside.
I was not sticking out on my planes.
It's always better. It's more comfortable anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we called that hanging brain in the Navy.
Bobby's laughing like he heard you, Dave. He just knows.
I think he might have.
Full send, bringing some folks. H. Smith, 9100. What's going on? All you guys that are new to the channel, man, if you like RC, this is the place to be. Do not forget to subscribe if you want to see me and Bobby K flying the latest and greatest. It comes to the market. We're having a blast with the greatest people in the world. Tim Smith for the win.
Yep. Now I need to pull the wings off of mine because I would never be able to get the thing. Like it's sitting here with the wings on, ready to roll.
Dude, that is so nice, bro.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. It's so much better.
It is so much better. And I can't, I hate it when you grease one in and it sounds like a shopping cart with a bad wheel or something.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's almost as good as having like articulation. And Dave, you had a funny theory about the fact that maybe the PA-18 FMS landing gear that has articulated suspension might fit, you think?
Well, I think it might because if it straps onto the plane, the PA-18 and the Husky both use the same set of floats, right? And
Yeah.
where the struts attach is to the front float mount. So if the
Yeah.
struts and the spacing or the mount points and the spacing are the same, I think you can probably use the PA-18 articulating gear set on a Husky. I'd have to try it.
That would be sick.
Yeah, because I think that turns the Husky into a whole new plane.
And those tires are hard too, but the thing it had going for it is the suspension.
Well, and now that you have that articulating suspension and those 4.5-inch beefcake Dubro tires, why not combine both and have like a big, nice articulating suspension with big, nice inflatable tires.
That's right.
I think that'd be awesome. So yeah, I'd be willing to experiment and try that out and see if the oh, Ken Sprouse, that those tires aren't going to make a difference to this Husky.
Nah, yeah, they're in the right spot. They hang low.
Yep.
They hang low. I'll tell you what, we have heard a lot tonight from our buddies across the country
Yeah.
to get me pretty excited about what is coming up. Oh man, you got more headphones? Sick.
In 3 weeks. In 3
Is that
weeks.
is that the word? 3 weeks?
Well, he said a few weeks. I don't know if he's still
Good.
in here, but maybe it's not 3. And that checks with chart. That I wonder if
Yeah.
that means that they just put him on a boat and they're heading
Lots
out,
going on.
because it's about to be Chinese New Year and they were over there in China at the FMS factory and they were cracking whips and making people build airplanes and like you build faster because we have to get like 3 containers worth of this airframe. Go, go, go. And
That's
FMS,
right.
had to stop production on everything else. So this is total like diarrhea of the mouth, spewing out conspiracy theories, but I think that that's what was going on. And they got him on the water right before Chinese New Year just so they could do like a March release.
I get it. I'm excited about it. Guys, we got about 10 minutes though. I think we did what I wanted to do tonight, man. If you guys have any questions on NX10s, NX8, 6s, whatever, man, this is the time. As always, stay tuned to our buddy Dave at RC Air Marshal on YouTube to keep up with that stuff, man. What a good show. What a fun time. It's already been 3 hours almost. So I am going to pinch it in like about 10. So, yeah, stay tuned, man. There's links in the description, all the new stuff we've been doing lately. Check out the videos on the HSD 182, the Falkwolf 190, the Arrows RC F15. We've got it dialed in, ready to go. We'll be getting our video up soon if you want to check it out. Of course, links in the description and at my website. Man, we got some HSD stuff. We're waiting on snow to melt. We've got a lot to get up, but super pumped. And then there's going to be an announcement sneak out next week.
Uh-oh.
So stay tuned right here to the channel. Something's going to be available that some of you are waiting for.
Something that we want somebody to take our money?
Yeah, man. Bobby's done videos of it already at the BitGo Hobby
Oh,
YouTube channel.
yeah.
Check that out.
Oh, yeah.
And my video is ready. Just got to pull the trigger, man. And that'll be the announcement. The link will be right there in the description. Get them while they're hot. They're going to go fast. And then if you miss out on that, the pre-order will get you one in the second batch, which is not far behind. Just saying, Hawker Hunter. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dave. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your stuff on the NX10. I'm so glad that you're doing it because then I can just crack into mine and not worry about it. Man, because I really am pumped up about setting up those 637Ts by myself.
That's a huge step forward for you, man.
It really is, and I might even make a video on it someday. This down and dirty my style, but it definitely will not be in depth. And yeah, we'll see.
There's so much cool stuff that this radio can do. I'm happy I got it. I'm happy you got one because I mean I don't think we knew
I'm
whether or not you were
pumped.
going to get one. So
Yeah, and I want to give it some love. That's why I want to, make sure to have guys on that know it really well. So yeah, I'm tickled to get to share that experience with everybody and with Dave here to kind of usher us along. And
yep,
then, for goodness sakes, I mean, we had Jason up in the chat rounding out that knowledge. Like, man, I think if you were interested in these radios, you should have learned something tonight.
yep, and what's awesome is I don't know if I got lucky or what, but I was able to get uh, the update over Wi-Fi to work, which is something that a lot of the guys have been having problems with. It did hang up on me at first, but I found a way around that, and it worked fine. Which you know, some of you
Yeah.
guys know that I'm an IT guy, right? So my instant answer to every problem is, "Did you turn it off and on again?" If you,
Yeah.
and that's what I did, and it worked. So I stopped the
Nice.
update, turned it off and on again, started the update a second time, and it worked the second time. So um, I didn't want to do the USB thing because that's not what you're supposed to do with this. It's supposed to be Wi-Fi capable, where I can just go in there and do the update. So I was like, dang it, I'm gonna make it work.
I I know I haven't done it yet on the 10 because I can't decide where I want to do it at. Like my house, I think my house, or I know I got like super fast, good stuff. But I did my NX6 over Wi-Fi at home, and it was no
So
problem.
Barry Campbell knows what I'm talking about. If you've ever seen the show The IT Crowd, it was on like BBC. You know, they had it on Netflix for a while. It's only like 4 seasons. It's like 24 episodes total. But that's in like every episode. There's a IT help desk guy, and he always gets a phone call every episode. IT, did you turn it off and on again?
Sea Mafia, let us know how it goes for you. I'm curious. I'm curious, and I'm sure they'll take care of you. But if you need an introduction or something, let us know. I think we can probably forward you in on an email with somebody directly, probably. I feel like I want to fast track, like skip the line kind of pass for all you guys that are in the community that uh, come to check out and support us guys who are getting this, kind of share the stuff with you. Full send. See you later, man. Thanks for coming by. We'll check out. I want to check out your channel, see what you're all about, dude. They'll take care of you, CMOF. I'm sure they will. It's just frustrating, I'm sure, for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's something stupid and simple. What's the voltage say? I mean, I'm sure somebody's already asked you if the battery was charged up.
You may have just gotten like the update uh, loaded like halfway and you ended up turning it off or something glitched in the middle of the update so you have like a corrupted firmware load in there. And I don't know how to go beyond that.
Automagny.
I mean,
Got the IX12.
Romy, that's very that's a very conservative upgrade. The best upgrade from any Spectrum radio is the IX20. But if you really don't want to spend that much bank, go with an NX8.
For real. Awesome, Brissette. Awesome. Be looking out, man. Hopefully, I get to bring it again. Hopefully, I get to bring it again. I know the year started off a little bit different, where there was just a couple of us that had the last one. RC Master. Guys, man, it's midnight. That's a 3-hour tour
Yep.
that started at 6.
Yeah, guys, I think the NX10, it's the new DX9. You know, the DX9 was one of the best kind of mid-tier
Yes.
radios that you could get. The NX10 is the new NX, you know, DX9. So if you can spring for it, I think that anybody that can get their hands on an NX10 is going to be happy for years and years and years. That thing will be able to get you into almost any airplane you can imagine.
Yeah, I like it. I learn something every time, dude, that I hang out with you guys. And I hope everybody else does too. Um, so I appreciate you guys sharing that with us. And I love that I just learned that the models are already on there.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah. That's really
the
cool.
settings are already there. So very cool, man. Yeah, see, Mafia, I apologize. I mean, I'm sorry you're having a hard time with that, but they'll take care of you. It happens. Not very often, but they're really good at making it right. I mean, they know. I mean, it's not like it's out of warranty. They know nobody has these till just this week. So get on it. I think the chat is sometimes better than calling on the phone because you wait a long time. I know that stinks, man. That stinks because you could have been joining in the fun with us, but I think that's an oddball.
Yeah, but
In the
Horizon will
future,
absolutely take care of you.
absolutely. It super sucks though. It is frustrating, but I have no worries that you'll be taken care of though at
Yep.
all. It's just a
And
nuisance.
hopefully, with it being so new, they won't do one of these. Well, send it in and we'll fix it for you. Hopefully, it'll be like a we'll send you a new one. You know, I don't know. We'll see what they do. Let us know, man.
They, yeah, like keep us posted. Oh, don't block Wrightsa. He'll just make you mad, dude. Auto Magni, yeah, it's a warehouse. This is where Bobby works. It's a BitGo hobby. Links to it in the description, as well as so many other things we've been doing lately. PilotRyanMedia.com to see all the brands that I work with. You click those logos, it takes you right to their website with my specific URL on the traffic, which, if purchases are made, earns commission for the channel, and we really appreciate that. So many people have been using it, and it's helpful. That's how we get to be generous. That's how I get to give away NX6s. That's how I get away buy Huskies, right, Dave?
Yes.
Do collabs, all that stuff. It's wonderful. I appreciate it, you guys. You're the best.
So,
Go ahead, Dave.
Victor, stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. He's complaining that there's no new receivers in stock. 9 channeling up.
Stay tuned, homie.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
I got
Z
nothing
Bear,
else.
thanks for coming by. Thanks for trying to help out CMOF, man. I saw that. You guys are the greatest community, I'm telling you. Yeah, Fred, you ain't lying. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I gotta send that one out. That's how I do mine, guys. I stick with the OGs. There's shows all week long, and there's an original cast of people who initially really filled out the week. And I can't keep up with everything, but I try to pop in on those guys. And when they're doing giveaways, not every time, but a lot of times I will throw down there. And of course, the community is why they're being able to do what they're doing also. So
Absolutely.
it's a good time all over. All right. Tim Smith, man, I'm 3 hours in, dude. I'm 3 hours in. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to all of my sponsors, whether it's you, the community, Horizon Hobby, Hobby Zone, Ernst Manufacturing, BitGo. Thank you so much.
Nick Sticks.
Nick Sticks, and the beef stick of RC. Thank you, Tug Hill, for sending us some deer meat, jerky, and sticks. We're loving them. And yes, I did share with Bobby. You sent so much, I have to. We'll be living off that stuff for a while. So, yeah, thank you guys. Check out the website. Check out the videos. Check out Air Marshal's videos. All these guys who have channels and are putting out videos, if you watch them, let them know, man. Pop in the comment section. Say hello. Tell them to get bent. Tell them something. But, let them know you came by. It's everybody who's making videos likes to see comments because it's just nice if people take the time to say hello if you're going to take the time to do the work. Race 22 crew. Yeah, you guys be careful that have to drive in nasty weather. Joe Pellegrino, see you later. Dana's RC, thank you so much. See you, Tug Hill, thanks again. Jeff in Lower Alabama, check him out. Setting throws now. You working on the F-15, dude? Fred Barron, watch him. No matter what he says. GB Linden, he says tell him whatever you need to. Eddie K, awesome. Hey, you guys, throughout the week, if you do Facebook, check out the RC Pilots Lounge Facebook group. So much of you in the community post up what you're doing on a daily basis, that it's a really wonderful place to engage with the community beyond the chat. So consider my Pilots Lounge Facebook group a place and a destination, almost like a forum where you can go and post up whatever you're doing and see what other guys are doing as well. It's a perfect supplement to the channel, and if you don't have your notifications turned on YouTube, I will usually blast it out on my other socials like Instagram and that Facebook group. Check out pilotryanmedia.com, and you can click right on the Instagram icon and get to Instagram and everything else. I ain't got it. Says Run for the Hills Mining. Jay Landa, 14, see you later. Michael Bear says y'all suck. See you next week. I know he's kidding, and I'm glad to see it, man. C Mafia is already getting rid of his
Trying to hack his
NX10.
NX10 out.
LOL, he says. He's cooler than that. Like he's cooler, like cucumber cool.
Yep. So hey, I got to throw out the shameless plug. Be sure to tune into Air Marshal Monday every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We always have a great time there, and we put out all kinds of great info, and we have special guests and stuff like that from time to time. And on Fridays, this is awesome for those of you that want to talk to us directly, and not through chats. Like, you want to come and get face to face with myself, with Pilot Ryan, with GB, with Dave's RC, Mary Boozers. Everybody jumps in. George
Watts, Fred Barron, Jeff in Lower Alabama, like
all these guys get in.
Barry Campbell.
Every week we host a Zoom conference. Every week. Every week we're hosting a huge RC Zoom conference. It is just for you guys, so it's just like when you're sitting at home and you get on a Zoom conference to talk to your coworkers. We're doing Zoom for fun, so it's awesome. And I'll tell you, it's no holds barred. So don't put your kids in the room. It can get a little what do they say? It surly.
Surly. Wright's there. Wright's comes. Auto Magni, the best thing to do for the Zoom conference, it's on Friday night after Dave's RC's live stream. So check out our crazy buddy Dave's RC on Friday night's live stream, and Dave will always drop a link to the Zoom sesh in the chat.
Yep, and we also
Airvex is always up in there. Dana is always up in there.
Yep, with his cub, and
come as you are, dudes.
And make sure that if you are if you're on Facebook, join up with the RC Pilots Lounge Facebook group. I post links in there and a lot of the other Facebook groups. I usually have it up on the community tab of my YouTube channel. I'll put a link there. So, yeah, guys, if you want to talk to us in a more, kind of intimate scenario type of thing where you can ask us questions directly, yeah, man, join in on that Zoom. No,
we're having a meet and greet at Sybaris
every week, man.
Sarah McLaughlin's going to be there. We're going to get intimate. Victor,
Yep.
hot tubs, coconut oil, whatever.
Every week, man. Extra coconut oil. You know what I'm saying?
Randy's going to be there. Yeah. Guys, you're the greatest. We digress. Are you done, Dave?
Yeah.
Is that all you
That
got?
was it. That was it. I just wanted to
Okay.
plug the Zoom. I mean, and we pay for that, guys. So it's all for you. So if you're not coming in and, enjoying it, then why are we paying for it? Get up in there. It's totally
Get
worth
up
it,
in it.
dude. It's totally
That's
worth
right.
it.
Time flies in there,
And
bro.
it is a ton of fun every week.
Time flies. All right, y'all. I'm going to count it off, Dave.
Yes.
All right. We're out of here in 5. Hanger rats forever. 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. See you next time. Stick a monkey pants. And in the immortal words of Bobby K, rollin'. Let's do this. Holy smokes. See you later, guys.
Good night, guys.